The pussy always finds a way to hide under there. Hey!
Hello!
Hi! Welcome to the Bourbon Blend. My name is Jay, and that's Courtney.
I'm Courtney.
Over there. And we do a show where we talk about bourbon, don't we?
Yeah, thanks. We're a little out of practice together.
We are. As you guys know, I think the Dirty Dozen is here with us tonight. We had to go on hiatus because we sold my mom's house.
Mm-hmm. So we're no longer in your mom's basement.
We were no longer in my mom's basement, and we had to relocate.
We're moving on up.
Moving on up. So we are now broadcasting live from Hampstead, Alabama.
Yes, we are.
Where we have commandeered Maddie's bedroom.
She's thrilled about this.
Recreated our set, I guess. And here we are.
Yep, we're ready to roll.
So we're so stoked to be here. Already have pretty much the entire roll of legends.
Whole crew here.
Including Chip Chip, Ravin, Kanuman, Cuz from across the street is here with us, Maddie T. Runner 24 is in the hizzle.
Nice.
Chip Chip, of course, the legend himself.
Yes.
And I've just been referring to Ravin as the GOAT. I don't know why. I mean, just because he is.
Because he is.
I hope people
understand.
understand.
There you go.
Also, Mike 7677 said, glad to see you guys again. We love having Mike here.
Thank you.
And Madison says in here, my room is gone.
No, it's not gone. Your bed's still right there.
We're still sitting
here. We're still here. You have a place to sleep.
There's nowhere to stay. They kicked me out.
No.
How about that?
There's a place right there for you to stay. You just got to crawl over a few things to get to it.
Listen, we have so much to talk about since we've been on hiatus.
It's been a long time.
Since June, maybe?
July, I think.
Oh, okay. I'll trust you on that.
Beginning of July.
Oh, hold on. There's a man talking.
Pardon me.
So tonight, the agenda is this. We're going to be drinking some Pinhooks right here.
Yes.
The yellow top was not going to be part of the show.
No, but I brought it up here so we can compare and contrast.
Courtney can do anything she wants. And
That's right.
We got two Pinhooks, and I got these off Reddit, off the Bourbon group, from a taster blender master stud named Take T8. K-E,
oh, okay.
Take.
Very cool.
And he blended these two 5-year Pinhooks with some slightly different juices, but the same age statement, and he thinks they came out a lot different. So I thought we could kind of sit both of them and kind of compare and contrast and see what's going on.
Sounds good.
Anybody in the chat, most of you guys know us personally, are always welcome to come by our pad and drink our bourbon anytime.
Yes, brown water is always available.
We've also got Melee in here with us tonight, who we absolutely love, and Don Proper Dickin.
That's right.
Coming all the way from Maastricht, Holland.
Look at him.
He's been great on the Brain Drain, hanging out with us, and we love having him here on the blend as well.
Yes. Nice.
Before we get going on the bourbon, though, I will say, by the way, other things we were talking about today, we want to talk about the bourbon bubble.
Yes.
If it's popping or if it has popped,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe some reasons behind that, if indeed we think it's popped.
Okay. Yes, we can discuss amongst ourselves.
We can. We also have Courtney's Corner, of course.
I mean, legendary.
And we have a theme song for Courtney's Corner.
Yes, Courtney's Corner jingle.
We're going to make it, it's going to be a world debut tonight. And it's actually a song.
Amazing.
So it's a song. Leif B in the house as well.
Hey,
we love Leif.
Nice.
Absolute legend. An Ole Miss fan who's married to an Arkansas girl, and they're just out there raising
Making miracles
kids.
happen.
I know, absolutely.
Yes.
Small Time Republic is with us as well tonight, who's been an absolute legend.
Nice.
And doing his thing. So Kanuman is here as well. I mentioned him in the opening chat, but I didn't say his name, so I apologize for that. So can't wait for all that. And of course, pictures.
Pictures. I mean, you can't have a bourbon blend without pictures.
One thing you can't have a bourbon blend without is discuss Auburn basketball. I do not have a graphic made.
No, we're not doing that.
Interns did not get the graphic done. But the Auburn Tigers were victorious over the Arkansas Razorbacks last night.
Are you sure?
I don't know how Leif feels about that because he's married to an Arkansas fan. But, yeah, and that keeps Auburn in first place. And they are looking, well, I don't know. The schedule coming up is tough. You've got Georgia this weekend.
Yeah.
Then you've got the Ole Miss Rebels. And then you got to go back-to-back University of Kentucky and Texas A&M.
Away.
Away, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney, your thoughts on Auburn going to Rupp Arena?
Well, it would be a big win if they do because it's been, since we were in elementary school when it happened. Younger than that?
No.
Oh, I thought it was in the 80s.
What year did you graduate from high school?
I said in elementary school.
When do you think you left elementary school?
I was in elementary school when I was 7 years old. Yeah.
It was 1988. So were you in elementary school in 1988?
I was in, middle school.
You were at Ballard.
I was not at Ballard.
You were at Ballard. Get Susan on the
maybe
phone.
I was.
Get Susan on the phone.
Call my mom and see if she answers.
And if not her,
if
Jennifer.
she answers, you'll get the answer. I'm sure you want.
1988.
Okay, 1988. So we were still young fetuses at the time.
Feti.
The man needs to quit correcting me.
Maddie T says the Awala is courtesy of Mad Dog. I do have a picture for that later. It is a really nice Awala that Madison got me for Christmas.
It is nice.
So your thoughts on Auburn winning the SEC regular season title? What do you think your chances are? Give me a number.
88%.
Mm-hmm.
That's an acceptable answer?
What'd you give me here?
The Pinhook, the regular.
Yeah, I had it at 83.5, but with a win over Georgia, it goes up to like somewhere in the 86.3 range, maybe 86.4.
What is this crap? Are you just making that up?
No, I'm running an algorithm.
Oh, no, you're not.
Hey, I used AI to create a song today. Don't question me about this kind of stuff. Let's see. Knewman says we have not won at Rupp since the Reagan administration.
Okay.
As usual, Knewman is absolutely correct.
There you go.
I had a conversation about Ronald Reagan earlier today.
Yes, you did.
Yes, for someone who worked for Ronald Reagan back in the day.
Okay. Very interesting.
We reminisced about the old days.
The good old days.
The good old days. Maddie T does remind us that Ballers Hydrate in lieu of Cleveland Brown being here to let us know. Knewman says La Chiserie, which is a reference to the Kornheiser show. Often said when they have friends on the show, i.e. Leif and Knewman, or Chuck Culpepper when he goes on with Tony Kornheiser. So, yes, I think Auburn's going to win this regular season title. They're going to do enough, and I think they're going to win this thing. Honestly, Auburn people need to be pulling for Alabama when they play Florida.
Okay.
Which might be difficult for some Auburn people to swallow, but I think that's the truth. It gets Auburn a little closer to winning that title.
How hard do you think all these teams are going to be playing in the SEC championship?
How hard?
Yeah, like in the championship game, like the tournament, excuse me.
I don't know, because some of the teams don't need it.
They don't need it.
Auburn doesn't need it.
Are they going to be actually going out there and trying their darnest, or are they going to be kind of mailing it in?
Mike reminds you that the proper answer was 70% because on the bunker, when you say 70%, everybody hates that number.
Oh, okay.
Because Hoke used to always say 70% about kids if they were going to commit or not. And we decided we're going to forever never chant you can't go 7. You can 71 or 69, but not 7. That is part of it. All right, so there we go. Auburn Tigers.
All right.
Taking on your Georgia Bulldogs. Just
That's
kidding.
right.
She hates Georgia.
Hate those Bulldogs.
I had them ever since they hired Michael Adams to be their president, who's the dickhead who threw me off campus at Center College.
The dog might end up getting kicked out of here because he's fucking with stuff. Messing with stuff, excuse me.
Courtney, why are you using that kind of... Why did you let him in here?
I did not. You did.
Maverick, don't be a dick, man.
If y'all see things shaking around, it's because dogs walking around sniffing at me.
Unbelievable. All right, there's your basketball update. I'm going to do a better job next week.
No, that was fine.
It was?
All needed. We're talking bourbon.
Do you want to go to bubble or do you want to do bourbon drinking?
Well, we need to finish what's in our glass.
All right, then we'll talk about the bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Small Time Republic says, last year showed us that the committee didn't value an SEC tournament title because Auburn ended up having to play Yale in the first round, and that was a tough matchup.
Mm-hmm. So some things that have gone on since July 18th, our last show, Jay.
Wait, do you want to do pictures now?
No, I'm just saying just events. I'm going by this little agenda right here. See that?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
So sold the old abode. Mutated over here to create this amazing studio. Of course, you've had basketball and football going on, so that has sidetracked our amazing bourbon blend. But we are back in the middle of Auburn's big sweep here in basketball, and we're ready to roll. So you're ready to talk about bourbon news already?
Wow. Yeah, Courtney, that was a great segue. Thank you.
It's going to be a very short show.
All right, guys, thanks for joining. We'll see y'all next week. You want to talk about the bubble? Let's talk about the bubble a little bit, Courtney.
We've been talking about this amongst ourselves
I
for a little bit.
I don't even have a camera on here.
That's okay.
I don't understand what is wrong with these people, bro.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
What? I don't even know
All
what you're
good.
talking about.
So, is the bubble bursting? Is there too much bourbon out there for the amount of consumers these days.
Yeah. So the whiskey sales dropped for the first time in 21 years in 2023. It was a very small drop, between 1% and 2%, but still first time in a long time. The Stoli Group, which owns Kentucky Owl, which is still kind of not a big time bourbon. Cuz has a little bit, I got a little bit. We weren't blown away by it. They are in bankruptcy at this point. MGP is cutting production.
Yeah, that tells
Their
you
stock
something.
price is absolutely in the basement right now. Brown-Forman says their U.S. sales were down 4% last year. That's across. That's bourbon and all kinds of spirits.
Yeah.
Brown-Forman is closing its cooperage in Louisville.
That's kind of sad.
If you guys ever went to the Old Forester tour, one of the things they spoke about with pride was that we're the only distiller that has its own cooperage, and now they can't say that anymore. They've laid off 12% of their staff, which equated to about 1,500 people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, they're mostly in Louisville, but in the state of Kentucky. And tariffs. There are 50% tariffs planning to go into... These were tariffs that were actually set up during the Biden administration that were delayed over and over again. They're supposed to go into effect, I believe, March 1 or in March.
So my understanding is there's already a 25% one. This would double it.
So that would effectively kill the European market for...
And that's what they've been upping production for, is for the European market, because that's the people that were showing more interest as our numbers are waning in the United States.
Yeah, they were hoping to keep it afloat doing that. But if the tariffs, and I don't have an opinion on the tariffs really, I don't know how they play in. And again, this is something that was going on a long time ago. I'm curious to see how that affects things. So if the bubble is indeed bursting, and I think it is to some degree, the bubble's at least got some air coming out.
Yes, some things are happening.
What is happening?
Yes.
To me, it's all about basic math, Courtney.
Oh, my mathematician here.
Well, I do what I can. It's about supply and demand, if we're being honest.
Right.
And it's about how much demand is there and how much supply is there. The pandemic accelerated demand for... Can you not...
Next time we are closing the door so the pets do not come in here. Sorry.
The pandemic accelerated all kinds of demand for alcohol. That's beer, that's White Claws, that's
everybody had
spirits.
to drink. There wasn't much else to do.
For real, the pandemic is now over for sure. All of us bourbon enthusiasts stocked up. We've got more bourbon than we could possibly drink. It would take us years to drink all the bourbon that we own.
It's too much.
And Cuz across the street has a little bit more than we do. And he could drink for the rest of his life on that. We were talking to our CPA this morning, and he said he's got more than he could ever drink in the rest of his life. So I think a lot of bourbon heads, me, y'all, everybody else, probably have more than we need. Gen Z does not have a real appetite for liquor. Chip mentioned this in the chat.
That is true.
That the younger kids like the either low ABV or the zero ABV drinks, like White Claw, which is really, really small. That's a very small
It's so surprising to me because I don't normally think of that as being a gentleman's drink.
White Claw?
But I have seen White Claw and High Noons at our local drinking establishment being purchased by many gentlemen, and there's no ladies with them. So I've just seen that over and over, and I'm like, really? That's just surprising to me. But
how would you know if a woman's a lady?
By the way she carries herself.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
Do whores drink bourbon too?
I am. So, I mean, you laid that out there, right? I had to call my own self out.
Oh, I didn't call you a hoe.
I think that was waiting there, so.
Cadena says, I probably already had more than I can drink for the rest of my life, and now I'm drinking less. We need to get a laugh for that one. Come on, man. That's pretty funny. There's the laugh right there. Thank you, Cadena. Amazing. And there's also some growing sentiment that alcohol is unhealthy at any volume, meaning one drink a day. They used to kind of encourage you to drink one a day, but now it's kind of like, I think you sent me some data that said in the last 20 years, it's gone from 20% of the people thought one drink was bad. Now it's like 45%.
No, like 50%, 58% or something crazy like that. And I'm like, ooh, well, I guess I'm on the naughty list again.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that just think drinking is bad. Not necessarily on religious grounds, just strictly on health grounds. You know, bad for your brain. Does it trigger Alzheimer's, et cetera, et cetera? I mean,
but it's just interesting to me because it's not like we aren't seeing a trend in lower rates of obesity or anything. Everybody still wants the fried chicken and their French fries. So
Well, I love
Why is
French fries.
alcohol any different than that?
I love French fries. Dan
I do
R
too.
says, I can speak to it. I'm 34, and these days I don't even. Here, I got to move it over to the show. I don't even drink the the heavy beer. It's just common
Okay.
domestics or no liquor at all. So
Interesting.
there you
Okay.
go. There's one of the younger folks talking about it right there.
Yeah.
Don Properdick said, I would drink a can of bourbon, St. Louis bourbon.
Yummy.
But Don is a special case because he grew up in Holland where they really push drinking.
Yes.
And he, even by Dutch standards, he drinks like a fish. I hope
That's what I heard. He likes to drink it out of the wooden shoe, though. That's the best way to drink it.
Obviously.
I mean, there's no other way when you're in Holland. You do as the Hollanders do.
Our dog is rubbing his dick on the ground again. Goose Flat says, JGC, good to see the Bourbon Blend Black. Yes. Have you seen anything on the ABC special releases when that date could be? I bet you Uncle Cuz could probably give you good information on that. I don't keep up with it as much as he does. And his administrative assistant is particularly good at it. So if Becky is watching or if she knows or he can get her, I bet they can get that answer for you. Right on. Chip says, my anatomical lack of vagina precludes consumption of White Claw. That's a man after my own heart right there. Non-liquor is inefficient when I want to get wrecked.
Correct.
Yeah, he's right on the money there, Chip.
That's some facts.
Rise in demand for cannabis-based products also.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's a big deal.
That makes a lot of sense. But I like that it says cannabis-based products because I think a lot of the edibles are what people are going to these days instead of the actual old school joint. I think that folks, you can easily get access to those things now when you couldn't before. And it makes sense. But for a social experience, I still need this product.
I would just say, why not both?
Oh, well, you can always do that.
Yeah, because I do.
Yeah.
Both. I like edibles too. But they don't replace bourbon for me. It's a different, different kind of feeling. And talking about the supply, Kentucky is now producing 3 times more bourbon than it sells.
I know, that's crazy, right?
And we know for the last 10 years, 15 years, they've been building rick houses
have?
as fast as they could possibly get them up. And now we're at a point where there's going to be a glut.
In 2024, they made 3.2 million barrels. That's crazy.
I'm trying to think a barrel yields about 250-ish.
Like 250 or something bottles.
That's a lot of bottles, right?
That's a lot of bottles. A lot of bottles.
Knuman thinks that cannabis is a big part of it, especially the edibles. Yeah, edibles for me, no doubt. And Amele says these kids out here drinking dirty kratom.
I don't know what that is.
This shows my age totally.
I know. Somebody translate for us elderly.
It sounds like he's got himself a big spliff right there, no cap. Nah, Amele is cool as shit. I don't know. He's just cooler than I am. So, a lot of supply, demand starting to wane, and I think that's why you see people talking about the bubble bursting. For us, it's great because we could find the shit that we wanted.
That is true.
On a website that I use called Shared Pour to buy some stuff that we can't find here in town, they've got every kind of Blanton's in stock right now. They have Blanton's Gold, Blanton's straight from the barrel, Black Label, Green Label. It's a little high. It's in the $200 range, but still, they've got them all in stock.
It's there, which is a shock.
So it's a good opportunity if you're really into that kind of thing. Let's see. Goose Flat says, JGT, do y'all keep any of your bourbons in decanters? I've been thinking about buying some vintage ones to store some of my bourbons.
Okay. Gotcha. We do not typically keep anything in a decanter. I do have one decanter that I have on my counter, and that is for whatever bourbon I did not particularly care for. And then I use that as my mixer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Becky did come through and said the monthly release, Goose Flat, I'm assuming you're in the state of Alabama. You can view it online, what the release will be, beginning on the 10th, which is a while ago. And the sale date is going to be February 22nd, so that's going to be Saturday. 10 a.m. So check that stuff out at alabcboard.gov. That's alabcboard.gov and find out. You're going to have to hang out with the taters, and I don't mean these taters, to get in line. By the way, I am not ragging on people that wait in line for bourbon or in line for bourbon. I'm ragging on the people that wait overnight. Yeah. That's too much.
That is a little much, especially these days
when
the bubble's bursting and you can get stuff. Sorry, I wouldn't wait overnight if I can get it online for another $50, $100.
If a guy's going to burst, you don't sit around and wait, right?
Depends on the guy. So, are you ready to try some bourbon, Jay?
That was interesting. Yeah, I'm ready to try some bourbon.
Okay.
I think we have some graphics for that our intern put
Did the
together.
intern make them?
We're going to start out with the Sylvain.
Okay.
Is it that one? It is not. That is the Chloe.
Okay.
So here's the deal
Well, we're going
with
to start
these.
with the other one.
Here's the deal with these. Pinhook, this is distilled and aged at Castle and Key in Frankfort, Kentucky, right maybe 2 miles from downtown 2 miles from the exit of Frankfort.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Truly a scenic and beautiful
It is beautiful.
area. It's like in a little...
Yeah, finish it.
Is it not finished?
Oh, wait a minute.
It's in like a little divot, like a
quiet.
little bitty...
Be quiet. You can hear the glug. Can you all hear the glug? That's a nice little pour.
What a delicious pour.
I had to enter.
All right, so distilled and aged at Castle and Key in Frankfort, Kentucky. This is going to be a 5-year bourbon. And Take, who is a big guy on our bourbon, he's a legendary regular dude who kind of got bigger and better, okay, I guess you could say. He took this juice. He made some small adjustments to it. Him and his homie were blending them. And he named them, this happened in New Orleans during the summer, and he named them after 2 hallmarks in New Orleans. Sylvain is I guess you call it a upper end bistro.
Okay.
Near the, what is that park with the big church where Cafe du Monde is? I forget. Hamilton Square, maybe?
Yeah, no.
Anyway, it's over there. So it's not on Bourbon Street, but it's in that general area, Sylvain. And the other one's called the Chloe, which is like a really upscale bed and breakfast, essentially. So it's just 2 different flavors, I guess.
Okay, well,
2 different expressions of a very similar juice.
Well, we'll find out.
All right, this one is 120. Stop wiping your dick on the carpet, bro. God damn it. Hey, get out. Get out.
Jay's,
No more dick on the carpet. No more dick on the carpet.
We don't need any more stains on the carpet.
No more dick on the carpet, man. What is the deal?
Here you go. Cheers.
Cheers to you. And to
you
Pinhook.
and to the reawakening of the bourbon blend.
By the way, we are following our own Jackson Square. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I was going to say Leviticus 5, chapter 1, Jackson 5. Thank you, Mike. We're following our own advice on Pinhook. Never drink Pinhook unless it's got an age statement on it.
Yes. So like this guy here.
Like the yellow one's
right
got an
here,
8-year on it.
He's 8-year, but if it doesn't have an age statement, don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Tastes like poop.
It's not good. If it has an age statement, it's been good in our... But although 5's a little...
What's the nose like for you, Jay?
Oh, it's just so good. I can't get enough. I definitely get sugar. Sugarish.
I get vanilla.
Yeah, like a vanilla sugar. Sugar vanilla.
Brown sugar.
How come you taste so good? We can write a song about it.
Good.
Okay. Oak. I'm getting that oak. And I'm getting that vanilla. That's what I'm getting.
It's got a nice little lingering taste.
Very
but
late.
not a hug.
Late. It's very late, whatever it is.
Yeah. It's
Not
late.
super thick, not super thin. It tastes young to me.
The mouthfeel, you have to say what the
Oh,
mouthfeel
Ravin.
is.
Mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel.
Ravin feel, that's important to him.
Mouthfeel, it's soft.
Chip says he feels vicariously that he's tasting notes of crawfish, sewage, and sweat.
And some beads.
Kaneman says it is the St. Louis Cathedral, which is there in Jackson Square. Leviticus 4, chapter 1, Jackson 5, absolutely.
I did not know that. That's tasty.
It's sugar
That is
on the
good.
sugar on the very front,
It is sugary.
and then I get oak, and then it's got a weird finish because it doesn't hit hard.
It does
It's
not
120
hit hard.
proof, and you would think that this would hit harder than that.
Yeah, it's very it's soft. I don't find it hard at all.
Lacks abrasion.
But it's still, there's like this nice gentle a nice gentle touch, I'm going to say, because I can still feel it.
Look who's here in the chat himself.
Oh,
O-Tag,
O-Tag.
also known as Orange Taffy Like Anal Goo.
It has been too long. We agree.
Man, it's so great to have y'all back. Geez, this is almost the dirty 2 dozen here. This is crazy.
Very close, Jay. So close.
It has been so long. We missed you guys. So this is, wow, for somebody who is afraid of high proof. Let's see, I was talking to somebody just the other day at Auburn basketball. 120.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, I never would have guessed that. Never would have guessed that. I would have guessed about 105.
I was talking to somebody on the basketball staff. It had to have been Mike Burgomaster.
Okay.
Burgomaster said that the proof, I shared some tintype with him, and he said it was way too hot for him. Now, tintype is rough, okay? It's only like 118, but it hits really hard. Here's 120, and it's soft. See, I should have given Burgo that right there.
Yeah, you need to take a little sample up to him in your little sack that you have.
I mean,
your little bourbon sack.
I think it'd be better if maybe we didn't do that in the office. But not that BP would be a dick about it, but like, I don't know.
Just be like, here, take a sip. It's just like mouthwash.
D Lucky's in the house too.
Hey, D Lucky.
My
man, we got all these legends up in here. They're rolling up in here.
Ravin says, so a pleasant and welcoming mouthfeel. Courtney.
Yes, definitely.
It's just kind of, I don't know. It's not thick and it's not thin. So
like I can I can still taste it in my mouth, and I know, yeah, right? But it's very pleasant. Very pleasant.
All right, so CBT's grade. What are you thinking, CBT? Well, I'll tell you what, I can grade first as you continue to sip.
Okay, before we get going on the grading, are we going to discuss what the grades are?
We're doing charcoal briquettes?
What the scale is.
We're doing charcoal briquettes? It's out of 4?
4 charcoal briquettes.
And you can't do...
4?
You used to do...
I can do whatever quantity...
do quarters.
I can do whatever quantity I want.
I would rather you not do this bullshit where it's like 3 1/4 briquettes. Like, it's just too much.
I'm not going to do 3 3/8, okay? I'm not going to do that.
Right. We'll do briquettes then.
I'm going to give it, out of 4 we decided on?
Yes.
Okay, 4. I'll give it a healthy 3 1/3.
Oh my God. Boo.
No. That's fair. I like it. Out of 4.
Jay is going to give it 3.25.
Okay. So I like it more. So this is my bottle now?
No, I mean, it's
okay.
I think that this has a place. This is what I should have given Burgo or anybody else, like Kirk Sampson, who says he can't handle hot bourbons. Anybody like that, say, I want you to try this. Because I don't think this will fuck you up.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's
not going to fuck you up.
a very light-hitting, semi-high proof.
Yep.
Of course, people like me, you, and Ian Borders would rather drink 132 proof, but that's fine.
I'm not going to drink 132.
But we're from Kentucky. We understand it better.
Oh, please.
I'm kidding. That's not true.
I just grew up with it in my veins.
I was going to say in your...
In my what?
Never mind.
Yeah. All right. So this is definitely a good one. I would definitely vote for this.
Hey, look, Bridget W's in here as well.
Hi, I know her. Hi, Bridget,
hey, Bridget
W.
Bridget actually makes it a dirty dozens. We have 2 now.
Yes.
What up, Bridge? This is also gettable too, so I will put a link on the bunker. I started a little post for this show that obviously thousands of people.
I mean,
24,000. I didn't know.
How did you even keep up with all the comments?
I'll put a link into it. You guys can get this. This is not like super duper stuff that's hard to get. So $70, and you get it off Shared Pour, and I'll give you the link.
It's really nice. The packaging.
Oh, it's
you
beautiful.
just have to make sure that when it's delivered, there's somebody there that can sign for it. Or else you're in trouble. Or else you just wait for it to keep coming back and coming back and coming back.
Thank you for reminding me. All right, so we were going to move on to the next one, which is the Chloe on the far right there, Courtney. It's probably the one that has less bourbon in it.
Thanks, Jay.
Because we haven't had it.
Thank goodness I have somebody who can, just keep up with all
I just happened to look over here and I saw the Courtney's Corner, which I would obviously not spoil at this point in the show because everybody waits for it. It's like playing free. You don't open with Freebird.
No, exactly.
But wow, it's going to be a good one tonight.
It's amazing.
I like it.
Everybody's been on pin and needles.
Pinhooks and needles.
Herschel thought that was hysterical.
What up, Hersh? Blanks, you're not rubbing your dick on the carpet. You can stay.
He's not doing it yet.
Okay, so this one's slightly lower proof, from 120.2 for the other one to 119.4. And this one is named after the Chloe, which is a expensive bed and breakfast, basically. I don't know if Becky would give the thumbs up on that. In fact, I think she would. I have not
Okay.
been there, but it sounds like the kind of place that Becky would approve of. I mean that as someone who's a discerning traveler like Becky, who understands class, which I don't. Basically, the Jury Inn feels like a great place.
You're the one that won't travel unless it's 3.5 stars.
3 1/4. Well, I said. Thank you, Canoeman. It says pin hooks and needles. Thank you, sir. All right, so.
Oh, I already swigged it. Sorry.
You're all right.
There's not much on this nose. There's not much on this nose.
I'm getting like fruity.
All I'm getting is alcohol.
Well, that's good too.
But maybe it's because I took a swig before I huffed it.
Oh, wow.
I like this, but I like the other one better.
All right, you're still getting a lot of oak. Still getting a little bit sweet on the end, on the front end, but it's not as much. And I'm getting some kind of citrus or something.
I have no lingering...
Apple or something like that.
I have no lingering taste in my mouth. Like, I drank it, it's gone. There's nothing there after that.
It's pretty light, considering it's 119.
I definitely like the first one better.
Well, great. I'll take the second one then.
You'll take the second one, so we'll share.
I think I like the second one a little bit better.
Really? Why?
I like that middle part has like
Hydrate.
that middle part has a little bit of like apple in it or something. I kind of like that. It takes a lot of the things that I liked out of the first one and adds a little apple in the middle.
Okay. That's fair.
And neither one of them have a strong finish on them. Like they don't have a lingering pop or anything. So they're just super soft.
I like the first one better.
This is a really nice bourbon for somebody who's just does not want to get involved with hot stuff. And if you want to look like a baller and say, man, I'm going to pound some 119, and you're like not really wanting to do that, this is perfect.
Yeah. Well, I would take the other one over this.
Of course, as Courtney would say, it'll get you fucked up.
Yes, that's the good stuff, right? You know, like if you just want to get lit quick, you definitely go for the high proof.
Raven wants to know, does it smell of freshly fallen leaves and old shoes? Boy, that sounds exciting.
Yummy.
Raven.
Yummy.
Reminds me of my 85 Air Jordans that I blew the bottom out and just wore them as lake shoes for a while. There's $200.
That's yummy.
Fucking lost right there. I even had neon laces on those bitches at the end.
Of course you did.
They didn't matter back then. Nobody cared. Nobody
match
cares.
Your hair at the time?
What?
Did it match your hair at the time? Okay, so Jay, why don't we go ahead and grade this?
All right, yeah. So for me, it's going to be 3.5. This is something that I really like as a summer sipper.
Okay.
I like it as a summer sipper.
2.75.
Holy cow! Wow, Courtney went the other way.
I'm not a big fan. It's fine. It's good enough, but it's not.
All right, I like it as a summer sipper. This is not something that I think me and Cuz would like hover around and keep people from drinking. I will say that there's this bottle that I bought from Shared Pour called the Art of the Spirits that I absolutely adore. It's the thickest mouthfeel I've ever had, Raven. And I show up at Courtney's fucking work party that she had at our house for all her employees, and they're pounding my Art of the Spirits because Courtney said, anything in here you can have.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. If it is sitting on my counter and I'm having a party, anybody is welcome to it. It's not like they went digging through the liquor cabinet and found it and pulled it out. It's your fault for leaving it on the counter.
Let's see, Melee wants to know what the top of the range is. Actually, Melee, the top of the range is 4.
4.
And it's based on this chick that we used to watch on public television back in the 90s. Her name is Sue Johansson. And she used to review sex toys.
Sex toys,
And she did it on a scale of 0 to 4 charcoal briquettes.
It wasn't public TV.
She was Canadian, right?
Oh, it might have been Canadian public TV.
That might have been what it was. But she would review them based on 1 to 4 charcoal briquettes.
Yes.
And so that's kind of what we did. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, JG, why weren't you or Courtney reviewing or watching someone review sex toys when you guys were teenagers?
Because she was hysterical, man.
Well,
she was awesome.
She was keeping it real straight, but she was a grandma. I mean, surely she's gone by now, right?
Yeah.
She was like 65 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about riding the Ted Stryker cock and balls with the panic button or whatever. I was like, God dang, girl.
Stop.
She's like, I bent over and put that sumbitch right in, man. T-Roy Tiger. He's part of the Dozens Brigade, my man. You know T-Roy. We always hang out with him down there, rendezvous with him down at the drawdown at Troy University.
Drawdown. Yep.
Notice I didn't say Troy State until I just said it.
Well, it's been a minute since it's been Troy State.
The best one here, though, is the yellow top, which we got from the bottle shop about 6 months ago, maybe 9 months ago.
Longer than that.
That's an 8-year vertical that they picked themselves, and that cost us like $100 that bottle, but I think it was worth every penny.
Pretty darn good.
We like Pinhook, again, when it has an age statement on it, we like that. If it doesn't, which is usually if you're in the ABC store, like the neon orange and the neon green.
Don't touch it.
I'd swerve that.
Don't touch it.
But if you see the other ones, which are usually golden top, these have like a sparkly gold top, I would hit that. They've been releasing them every year. It's the same barrels. Like they all filled them at the same time, and then they're letting some go each year. So it'll be like the 5-year expression, the 6-year expression. Now I think they're going, Cuz might be able to correct me here, but I think they're going to like 12 or 13 years. And we're at like 9 right now, so we'll see.
Hey, there you go.
The goal there is you get to taste it each year as it gets better and understand, hey, it's more like this now, or I'm not going to do all that.
There's like a little app you can get for Pinhook too, and it tells you about the horse that's on the label and all that kind of stuff.
I did not know that. Well, which horse is on this label, Courtney? Oh, there isn't one.
I'm talking about the typical one that you can get in the liquor store, Jay. Sorry.
Oh, look, it says Jester Rodney D.
No, it doesn't. You're such a douche.
That's a 3-legged horse that Courtney won on one time. Look who it is, Courtney. Tanner, last name redacted, D.
Oh, hey, Tanner.
This is calling it Troy State shows your age.
Oh.
Tanner is a...
Tanner.
He knows a little something about Troy University.
Yeah, Tanner.
Troy University. Anyway, Pinhook, we like them pretty good. And so these are fine. If you guys think that we did a good sell job on these, we don't get a commission or anything, but those are available on Shared Pour, and I will put a link in the bunker under this video if you guys are interested in trying it. They are beautiful bottles.
Raven had a question there.
Oh, he did.
The KinderCare got lit. Yes, it did. We did not at the KinderCare. In our home, the KinderCare folks got lit.
And they pounded
And
my
I love
Argus
that
Spears.
he actually spelled it and capitalized it correctly. Thank you. That's very nice.
Look, this runner 24 notes that USA takes a 2-1 lead in the...
USA. Hockey. Something. I don't know what it's called.
I'm not sure I know what it's called either. But it's
some tournament of champions.
Who are we playing?
I know we played Canada this week, but I don't know who we're playing now.
We're playing Canada again. That's right.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're playing Canada, of course.
Who won the first one?
Mm-hmm. Who won the first one? We did, of course.
That's correct.
Yes.
And how long before they had their first fight? You remember?
Like 6 seconds or
I
something?
don't even know if they went 6 seconds. They blew the whistle, threw their gloves down, and started whooping ass.
Those fights always crack me up, though, because, like, who's going to get hurt? You might get a bloody nose, maybe.
Well,
but, like,
they got their helmets off.
I know, but, like, it's funny, man. It's funny.
Tanner D, last name redacted, says longtime listener, first time caller. My man right there.
I like it.
Don says, I'm on Elijah Craig's small batch, batch. Still too slow trying to develop a palate.
Okay.
Well, you're not
That's okay.
Don, you're not slow.
When you have to drink from a wooden shoe, it's a little more difficult.
You're just taking your time, man.
I know it's harder to get these Kentucky spirits over there sometimes, so we understand.
OTAG notes that in that first match between USA and Canada, there were 3 fights in the first 9 seconds. That is actually true. I mean,
it's hysterical.
And they booed us for the national anthem up there, which, you know, they're not very happy with us.
Yeah, I mean.
I think they would make a fine state. Actually, we could divide them up into like 5 states, and we could add 10% more states. That'd be sweet. We could go to like Winnipeg.
Hey,
we could
you
go to
can
Calgary.
still go to Winnipeg.
Well, I know, but I gotta go across border control. I don't want to do that. I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
I don't want them to like give me the Canadian necktie or whatever you call that shit. Kanuman says he's on edibles.
Yes! Go, big guy.
He's enjoying them responsibly, I'm sure, as he is wont to do. All right, so now, since we've done the bubble and we've done our drinking, Courtney, we now go to photos, I think is the next item of business here.
Well, what have we been doing this whole time, Jay? What are some things we've been doing? What kind of traveling?
Oh, you're leading into the photos. Yeah, my bad.
Kind of
I thought you were asking me a question. I was like, well, let me think.
I didn't know what we doing.
Oh, no, I've got the wrong one up. I was showing
Go ahead and say that. Go put that back up.
What, for real?
Yeah.
This is just a random statement from from Reddit that I shared with Courtney and Maddie in the Chipotle subreddit. It just said, I flirt with the male staff to get larger portions. As a straight male, I've never been fuller. I was literally tearing up.
That's pretty funny.
That was when Maddie had her little procedure, and I was like scared, but I was like crying, laughing.
It was really funny.
I mean, you do what you got to do, man. I mean, in this day and age, you know.
Archie!
Is Archie here with us?
Yes, Archie!
Oh my God, it is Archie.
Speak of a legend, man. That is a legend.
God. He said, I wasn't going to drink tonight, but I can't watch a show about bourbon without participating.
Exactly.
I'll be right back.
It's our fault. You can blame us.
Archie is the reason that we have and enjoy 4-Gate, because we didn't know what the fuck it was until he brought some, and I said, may I have some? And he said, whoa,
of
you
course
better.
you can.
That's my man right there.
Yes.
He is the best kind of bourbon enthusiast because he doesn't hog his shit.
Mm-hmm.
He wants everyone to drink. What a legend. We're so glad to have Archie here. Anyway, here's a picture from me and Cordy on the lake.
Yes.
Which is a place you will almost never find us.
Well, we enjoy doing this, but we're not rich enough to do this often enough.
No.
But we enjoy going to Lake Martin and hanging out. We hung out with some peeps up there, had a good time. This is us out on the boat, chilling with, do you remember his name? Captain...
Cade? Clay?
Captain Cole.
Captain Cole,
who is, I could have birthed, but that's okay. He kept us safe.
Don Properdigan says, Canadian women do not shave their legs equals cannot be a state. That is something that we would have to take into negotiations about.
I don't know the facts about that.
Well, you'd think that French women aren't necessarily known for doing a lot of that.
Okay. What?
You're of Welsh descent.
Is there like a Canadian rumors.com that we can go to and find out?
Yes, there is. It's called Ashley Madison.
Stop.
It was based in Toronto, I think. Actually.
Stop.
Anyway, Dawn, that's a great question. Maybe we could kind of levy some taxes based on if they shave their legs or whatever. I think that's the only way. And also, D Lucky says, now we got a legend for real. Archie is the truth.
Yes.
D Lucky knows what he's talking about right there.
He is a
All right, so seeing me and Courtney on the river, or the lake, excuse me, is very unusual. We were in Washington, D.C. in the fall.
November.
And we found this little spot that some dude told us to go to. I don't know who the fuck it was or where it was or who he was.
No, we were just walking and we walked down the street and it was like, oh, there's a liquor store. It looks a little sketchy. Let's just see what they have. Now was it in Georgetown?
Yeah, it was approaching Georgetown.
It was
near DuPont Circle.
Yes, that's right, near DuPont Circle. So we're walking down, we walk in and I went, holy shit.
Yeah, look at this stuff, guys.
I mean, that's some crazy stuff. I mean, first of all, you don't normally see this stuff, A, and B, see this amount of product.
Yeah, these Parkers. I mean, I've been to Heaven Hill and I don't think I've seen 3 or 4 in a row.
That's crazy. There's a 27-year Parker's Heritage there. I don't know. That would probably taste like chewing on wood, like some mulch.
Yeah, it would be too much, I think.
Eating some mulch, but that is an impressive array there.
It really is.
And a lot of people talk about King of Kentucky. I've never had King of Kentucky, but it's pretty hard to find from what I understand.
Yeah, and look, they've got a bunch of them.
Yes.
They got like gold, silver, black, bronze.
And look, they have like multiples behind the first row. It's not just like that's that one.
And like, it's funny, we look at all this stuff and Pappy's the last thing we were worried about.
I know, look at that. But there's like multiples of the Pappy too. Like,
so they had my all-time favorite Parkers, which I don't think you can see on that. It would be down the other end, but it was fairly reasonably priced. Yeah. It was like $225 or something.
Well, they didn't have any prices, of course, as you can see listed there, but they did have a list up front if you wanted to look at it. So it wasn't like Freddie behind the register was just arbitrarily choosing a price.
I can't.
These were some other beauties on the other end. Like that's a lot of stuff.
Otag's asking about the prices. I mean, it's secondary prices.
Yeah.
But they weren't like super bad. No. They weren't super bad. Hey, Law 20's with us. It's Howdy. Glad to see this back in action. Been a minute for myself. Appreciate you, A Law 20.
Like there's that right where your cursor right there. That sucker's like $2,000 a bottle.
So right above Courtney's head, you see the bourbon that's in the red sack. It's just to the side of that. It's the Weller. It has the gold seal on the front. You can't see it from this shot, but above it, it has a compass on the top of the bottle. That is Daniel Weller. And that is literally like a $2,000 or $3,000 bottle.
Yeah, it's
at
crazy.
retail.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they would have been asking for
I
here.
don't know.
We actually held a bottle of that down there in
Rosemary Beach.
Rosemary Beach. I couldn't afford the shot,
I know.
but
It's like, I'm not going to have a shot of this. It's just not
AU Law
worth
20.
that.
This is in Washington D.C., just southwest of DuPont Circle. I don't know. It has some random ass name.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
doesn't look like you would have
It's like Nutsack State
great bourbon there.
Bottle Shop or something, But they
We
have.
should probably review that so we know what the name of the place was. But yeah, here's another angle.
Yeah, there's another angle of the full array there. You see all those E.H. Taylors in the bottom left, including the Tornado one they had.
Yep.
The Parkers that I liked is way up there on the top left. They have all these Blood Oaths. Bunch of old fits back when it was a Weller product. Like, oh my God, so much stuff.
Yes.
We were in awe.
It was amazing. Just kind of stood there and just gawked. Look at J.G. Tate representing down in Chip Chip's hood.
When we were down at the Orange Beach shindig at Chip Chip's place, I was presented a T-shirt that had a statement that I'd made about Brian Harsin being a stain on the entire coaching profession. And they made a T-shirt out of it. I believe number 19 was behind this, but it's funny.
Yes.
And I appreciated that.
Yes.
I've never
Very
had
funny.
a comment of mine put on a shirt, so that was actually nice. Don Properdickens says he's actually has been to the Nutsack State Bottlery.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good one, man. It's considered one of the best.
It's kind of smelly.
And Mike says probably a place where Congress grabs their hooch. I thought they just did that in the bathroom.
Or on a bus.
Or on a bus, depending on if she says yes or no. This is from our friend JB's birthday. You may know him from the Brain Drain as JB DC Elite. He was at our house for his birthday, his 50th, and Courtney had a great idea to get him a massive charcuterie for his birthday. Actually, this was done by a girl named Yiza, who's the best in the business, I think.
She's amazing.
She came over and just set this thing up. Took her like 30 or 45 minutes to do it. And wow, JB was over the moon.
It was amazing. It was beautiful, and it was fun was had by all.
A good time had by all. Right? That is a charcuterie, though.
Yes.
I went a whole counter. These are Christmas gifts right here. Madison got me this amazing Owala, which is called Twilight Zone, with the purple boot on the bottom.
Yes. He was so excited. He was like a little kid at Christmas. Because it was Christmas.
I was so stoked. And that's a Kroger exclusive.
Okay, Kroger.
Yeah, and so Maddie had to chase that down through the Ways and Means Committee. This is also what my big gift for Christmas was, my 9-bot E2 Pro scooter that I drive around the neighborhood.
And at Auburn.
I can also put it in my trunk and go up to Auburn. I charge.
Can you put it in my trunk?
I can put it in the trunk and I go up to Auburn and charge and then ride that over to the arena. So that's nice too. And I look
That's a perfect Christmas in the background. It's like crap all over the floor. Somebody's sitting on the couch and PJ's like, that's Christmas right there.
Yeah. This is the one that Cam Coleman told me to get. So that's what I did. Moving on. I saw this on my way back from visiting Bridget's dad this is in Crestview, Florida. It says, "Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?" One of my favorite
That's so funny,
viral videos.
Yes.
It was a freaking bear. This little girl wanted to pet. She thought it was a dog.
Can I pet that dog? No.
Her parents were like, "No, you need to stay away from the dog." Here's some food. We always do some food here.
Yes, we like food.
That was at
La Jolla.
La Jolla, La Jolla, and that was a
tuna nachos.
Tuna nachos.
Yes.
Which I thought looked amazing, even though I didn't want to eat them. But it looks amazing. The presentation is second to none right there.
Very nice.
That looks like, 1988 field hockey player wearing tree torns and faded jeans to me.
Oh my goodness.
That won't be the first time we hear that phrase.
Look at our kitty. He was so much love the snow. Aww.
Ravin wanted to know if that 9-bot was what TJ Finley ran from the cops on. Considering it's got a max speed of 15, I hope not.
So our cat does not go outside. He's an indoor cat. He likes to chill inside. But when the snow came, I was like, let's see what he does. And we let him out there, and he just trotted around in the yard. He was so happy. He enjoyed it.
That's you, Big Daddy.
We're talking about you, Hirsch. But look at his little pink nose. He was a little cold.
Little snow leopard out there. He was really at peace doing that.
Yes.
There is Cucky McPeen.
Yes, that is
my
Jay's vehicle.
And it was just crazy how quickly the snow kind of got going down here. We never get snow. We hadn't snowed here since 2018.
Yes, that's
And
correct.
3 weeks ago or a month ago, maybe, it just absolutely...
It snowed a lot for us.
It snowed a lot for us.
Yes.
And I just thought it was funny to
But
have
it really snowed down where Maddie was. Like they got 6 inches.
Yeah, Maddie, and also Chip was down there.
Yeah,
They got the
exactly.
all-time most snow they've ever gotten.
That was crazy. And
Ever.
it's so weird because like Birmingham and Huntsville didn't get anything. Who's that chick?
There's Courtney with her
breadsticks. Olive Garden breadsticks. Delicious.
We had to take that picture just for Canoeman. I sent it to him
Yes.
the moment it was taken.
So my charming husband gave me an Olive Garden gift card for Valentine's Day. So since he gave it to me on Valentine's Day, I made him go on February 15th. And so we went and hit the Olive Garden. It was a very good experience. We had a very great...
Blake was his name.
Blake was his name. Waiter, except when I told... Server, excuse me. I don't know why that matters. But I told him I wanted my shrimp scampi pasta without bell peppers and onions, and I got extra bell peppers and onions in it. So we just, sent it right on back. But he was very nice about it. And it was good. It was good when I came back.
Chip says he got 8 at his house.
Nice.
Maddie had 7 where she's at South Alabama. And Small Time says he got 8 in Baldwin County.
That's crazy. But it was gone in 48 hours.
If that, yeah. But we don't have a plow in Montgomery County.
No.
Like not a one.
You should have seen what they were trying to do on the interstate when I was driving. Oh my God, it's such a mess.
Yeah, so Courtney was in Vegas and she was on her way back. It just so happened she was coming back right when that's going on.
Yeah,
so
and like the 2 hours that it has to do something. It's when I'm driving back.
Tim is in the house.
Hey, Tim.
He's the man. He is now the Dirty Dozens.
Yes, we're back to the Dirty Dozens.
Tim says, I had no clue this was going on. I thought I told you during the show yesterday, bro.
Hey, it's okay. We're glad you're here now.
I must be tripping.
Yeah.
Don says we got 8, but Don's in Maastricht, so I don't know if it's a lot or a little. I don't know if the metric system changes that or something.
I don't know. I know there's a lot of rain over there, but I guess it turned into snow that day.
Anyway, great breadsticks, Courtney.
They were delicious.
Better than these.
Stop. Look, they're half eaten. I didn't like them that much.
Oh,
stop. You're rude.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, we've already seen that one. Let's see. Oh,
hey, we went and saw an amazing concert.
Are we back to... Oh, my God. What happened here?
Look at Jay. Look at that. I never noticed the spray of water out of your
Yeah, because
I
launched up and landed right there and said, I'm not moving from this point.
Yes.
Yes, and I made fun of Courtney on this. Of course, we made fun of Courtney a million times on this, but then I got to make fun of myself with that one. So.
Yes, look. Passed out drunkard.
With breadsticks right there. And that is totally not Photoshopped at all. There's...
Oh, my favorite is there's only 11 breadsticks, so you already ate one in the bed.
Vince says breadsticks.
That's right. It's not the end of the show, though. Jay did tease you with it.
Lost says, my snow is a grower, not a show recording.
I like it. Nice.
So those are our pictures.
Funny.
And there's Real Deal.
Hey!
There he is, coming in live from the greater Huntsville area. Not Madison. He's part of the Huntsville crew. Otex is Captain Jay. I'm just the captain or El Capitan, but I can also go by Captain Jay. Just don't call me late for lunch. JD says, joining late, I've already discussed, I rarely dislike any bourbon. Well, that's my kind of guy.
There you go.
The flagship, Orange Wax, I believe, was a challenge. Thoughts?
Yeah, I don't like the orange.
Are you talking about
I think he's talking about
flagship Pinhook?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that stuff, bro. If it has an age statement on it, we like it. If it doesn't, we give it a Denver Jones double thumbs down on that one.
Yep.
Don says, dated a chick that would take a breadstick without biting it.
Dawn has been into the brown water tonight.
Wait, I got to think about this. How could she eat that thing without biting it?
Oh, she's talented. That's it.
NWA would say, it don't matter, just don't bite it. That's exactly right, Courtney. Thank you. Canoeman says, and you let her get away. Why would you do that? You found the Holy Grail. No, he's not saying that he let her go. He's just trying to keep it down low to make sure nobody else moves in on that action. Okay, so now we are to the point in the show, I guess, or we go to Courtney's...
First of all, I took Jay to a concert in November.
Yes. Do we
Yes,
have pictures
I made
from
him
that?
go to a concert in November. And we went and saw Pink in Birmingham, and it was amazing. I had the time of my life,
It was fun. Yeah.
and he actually enjoyed himself as well. We had terrible seats, but it was a lot of fun. She is an
Well,
amazing
they were
performer.
terrible good seats. Like,
Right.
I didn't want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, we weren't spending a lot of money. It was a last minute thing. It was after an Auburn game. And I said, hey, let's get in the car and go. So we went up there, and it was a great experience. She's an amazing performer. If you like her music, you should see her live whenever she finally does return on tour.
Ravin says, no gag reflex, probably a dentist's favorite patient. I guess he's still talking about the girl that can eat a whole breadstick without biting it.
I don't have any idea why all the guys are stuck on talking about that.
Knuman says, probably a lot of men's favorite, I'm guessing. Wow, okay.
She was classy. She was not a lady.
I did like the Pink concert, and I liked it for a reason that I thought I would like it. It's the clientele is probably, it's a place that I feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
Not a lot of straight guys. A lot of women that are probably closer to the, like,
Well, that are sure of themselves.
maybe lesbians, or maybe they're not. Because I kind of like girls that are closer to that line.
That's so sweet of him.
You were a field hockey player, to be fair. I mean.
Anyway, you like assertive women.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. For sure. And you were a field hockey player in college, to be fair. Like, it's a 50-50 shot, honestly.
That I would be fabulous? Like, yeah. That's what you meant, right?
Well, you were better than 50% fabulous. I mean, I was 100%. But
Yeah.
anyway. Okay, I think it's time for Courtney's Corner. And I do want to say something as we put this up. It's going to be best 80s foods.
But no. First, we need to hear the new jingle. Are y'all ready?
We have an actual sound. This is going to be the international debut
International
of the song.
Don Properdickin's on here.
This
so
is a
yes.
song that I personally made through AI for Courtney's Corner. You guys
Y'all ready? Everybody's ready.
It goes for about 45 seconds. You just got to go with it. All right, here we go.
On Courtney's Corner we gather around. The bourbon blend is holy ground. Brown water is our sacred feast. Bourbon memories never cease. SNL sketches, which one's best? We all love a mama with the biggest chest. Chris Farley dancing in our mind. Down by the river is hard to find. Treats, horseshoes, and faded jeans. In Courtney's Corner, we were kings. The bourbon flows and the laughter's loud. We and by so proud.
All right, that's it, guys. That is the Courtney's Corner song with a little bit of a country bent.
Amazing.
About
that is a banger.
tree-torn shoes and faded jeans. Courtney's Corner. We're all queens or something. I don't remember what it is, but yeah.
So, okay, I told Jay I wanted to do, of course, Courtney's Corner, but I needed a jingle, so he created that for us, and cheers to that. Oh, but you're empty. Hang on.
Oh, we can fix that.
We can fix that.
We've
I got some
plenty.
right here.
We've got plenty.
But yeah, that was pretty funny. I liked it.
Don Properdickin thinks that could be platinum. Cuz is AI for the win, which he definitely knew right away. That was AI.
It's amazing, y'all.
Runner24 says, I'm no lawyer, but I believe you now have copyright to hit that smash hit for debuting on
That's
the Blend.
right. Everybody's going to be like, wow, I wish I could hear that again.
I did have to agree that it's their property, so if it becomes a smash hit, I can't get the royalties for
The
it.
Dirty Dozens are going to be up there doing it.
It's
Here.
sad.
Cheers to that. Amazing.
Courtney's Corner song.
Now, it didn't create its own lyrics, though. You had to create the lyrics.
Well, they gave me lyrics, but I mean, it was stupid, so I changed it to like, you've got a big chest, and I love you and your tree torns and all that kind of shit, yeah. So that's a big time deal.
So, but Jay took it upon himself to put best 80s food.
Yeah, so these
This
actually...
is not what I was going for, but that's okay. Because I would have definitely done something different than this.
Wait, what does that mean?
It is nostalgic 80s food is what I put. Because I don't think any of these are the best because I never ate any of that stuff.
But I thought you meant it was like stuff that was big in the 80s.
Okay, well, I meant like stuff that would have debuted in the 80s, right?
Courtney, shepherd's pie did not debut in the 80s.
Well, it was popular in the 80s. I guess you're right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But some of mine
what
actually
I'm saying
debuted
is
in the
I don't
80s.
like any of those. Like, I hate Sloppy Joes. Rice and Runnies, okay. That's the pick of the litter.
I love sloppy joes, and the reason I don't get to eat them is because you hate them.
Because I
so
hate
much.
them. Yeah. I mean, I'll make it for you, but I think it tastes like poop. Shepherd's pie, I will never eat because it has mashed potatoes and peas. What planet are you? Like, unless you're Irish, you can't eat that crap. Shepherd's pie is awful.
B. Haynes says that song smells like Colores de Benetton and Aquanet. Benetton.
Benetton. I told him it sounded like I said it sounded like a straight to TV movie. Shit. It sounded like it was Steel Panther, but
yeah, like a country Steel Panther or whatever. Mm-hmm. Benetton, by the way, when they closed, they had a store in Birmingham back in the 80s, maybe into the 90s. And when they closed, they said that Birmingham had the style. You couldn't even plot Birmingham's fashion sense on a plane. It was -0. And that's what the Benetton rep said. And then they came back. Like,
when you talk about Benetton, all I could think of too is the Swatch watch.
swatch.
We went to a Swatch store when I was in Vegas,
I know,
and that was funny. Somebody was asking for pictures from Vegas. Those are not safe for internet displays, so I'm not putting those on here.
Kaduma says, Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe. And,
Sloppy
yes,
Joe.
a little Adam Sandler song there.
Yes,
I love
but
Sloppy
hate
Joes.
Ugh.
So, best 80s foods, Ravin made a comment that basically everything over here for me is like guaranteed diabetes.
Diabetes.
Which is...
It's the diabetes.
It's funny that you say that because I wonder sometimes how in the hell I got to 315 pounds, guys. And it's because it's the shit I was eating. Jolly Rancher sticks, which I think maybe Tim doesn't understand. Like, they had like candy bar sized Jolly Ranchers that were called sticks, S-T-I-X.
Mm-hmm.
You could get like a sour apple stick. So some bitch was like that big. And you could suck on that some bitch for hours, Courtney.
Yeah, you could.
And you never get to the creamy center because there wasn't one.
No.
Spoiler alert. Big League Chew, huge deal. Me and Cuz were playing baseball in the early 80s, like as kids. Everybody had to have Big League Chew. I had grape.
Ugh.
Put a big fucking chaw in there and you were ready to go, man. Fruit roll-ups, me and my sister would roll them up really, really tight into like a little circle like this and put them in as a plug and just suck on those bitches for like 30 minutes at a time. Rest in peace, Kimberly. Capri Sun, I put barter there because when my mom would get sick because she was not feeling well for 3 weeks at a time, we found out later it's because she was
chronic depression.
Fucking insane. My dad would have to make our food, and he would give me Capri Suns, and I would go into school, and I would be the pride of the fucking school because I could trade that Capri Sun for anything anybody had.
Didn't he also give you like ho-hos for breakfast?
He gave me those Hostess cherry-filled pies.
Oh, Jesus.
I could trade those for anything, too, so I was eating high on the hog with the Capri Sun. I'm not sure I ever actually drank a Capri Sun. I traded them.
McRib is just disgusting.
McRib debuted in 1981. I looked this up earlier, and I ate the shit out of a bunch of McRibs. You were so sweet when we first started dating.
God,
we were on a road trip to Florida, and she fed me McRibs from the passenger seat of my car.
Yes, because we were trying to outrun a storm, and so I was like, we are not stopping. We are getting food. We're getting in the car, and we're going. And then he wanted a sloppy, nasty, stinky ass McRib,
That's
and I was like,
true.
I was like breathing in my mouth. I was like, ugh, and giving it to him.
OTAG asked if bagel bites were 80s. That would absolutely
bagel bites
qualify.
are good.
OTAG, that would qualify. 100%.
Yes. We're going to have to scroll back up. We missed some good 80s food discussion here, I think.
Let's see. Runner24 says, not sure shepherd's pie is an 80s food, any less popular or common than it is now.
Well, I think that was something. So I was telling Jay that
That's on her.
No, I was telling Jay that these things I think were like in the ladies' home journal, and those moms that were at home, that's what they made.
Oh, word.
And so like that was something that was snazzy to make. Shepherd's pie. Some people really like it. I think that's just foul.
Elon 20 says hoagies and grinders, which is another reference to Adam Sandler. By the way, Subway popped up in the mid to late 80s.
Yeah.
That would definitely be an 80s type place.
So how many people, okay, so if you had to have shepherd's pie or beef stroganoff. Which of those awful things would you
Raven
have?
lets you know that shepherd's pie has been a staple in Ireland for 200 years, Courtney.
200 years. Did
So it could've
AI
been
tell you that?
It could have been the 1880s, 1780s.
I didn't say it was 1980s foods.
Real Deal just says beef stroganoff and Hot Pockets. I don't know if he means together or those are two things he detests and would
Yes.
never touch.
Oh, Raven says goulash. Okay, I will say my mother never made any of these things on the left. Like we didn't have any of that stuff in our house. But goulash was something my mom loved to make. Oh my God, she loved to make it. And I would, at the time, I wouldn't eat tomatoes, and so that was one of those nights where it was served and I had to eat it or I wasn't getting up from the table. And yeah, I just took it.
Melee says left off Swanson's Salisbury Steak TV dinner.
Oh, yuck.
Reminds me of the ZZ Top Song TV dinners, which had a video.
I
by the
used to
way.
make you some of that nasty Salisbury steak. You used to like that crap.
D Lucky says I'm gonna jump in your DMs for the Vegas pick.
Somebody did ask what shows we saw. We saw a show called Absinthe, which was really good.
Absinthe.
Yes. And then we also saw Magic Mike. Yes. That was a lot of fun.
I know, and tell him that you met as a Transy graduate.
Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. So yeah, I
Can you
sit
tell
down in front
quickly?
of me. Just now I'm going to make it longer. Sat down, girl in front of us wearing a sash. My friend says, I wonder what it is. So I ask her, I said, hey, what are you doing here? She tells me, oh, I'm here for my birthday and I'm from Kentucky. And I was like, no way. We all are. Story goes on. She goes to the same tiny, tiny college that we went to. Transylvania. She was a psychology major, which we both were. She still lives in Kentucky, which lives in the same city our friends are from. Just weird, crazy coinkydink.
That is crazy.
So it was cool though. Very fun.
OTAG says 80s equals casseroles. According to my mother, my mom, like there was one
Casseroles,
casserole.
yes. Yes.
Sometimes my mom wasn't feeling good, and she would throw a casserole together and go back to her room. She really wasn't feeling good. Tim says, why are you kicking me?
No, a casserole would almost always have an egg noodle in it though.
For y'all?
No, for you.
No,
I
I
wouldn't
didn't
do
even
that.
know what egg noodles were until like a month ago.
Well, you didn't know, but it was the little squirrely thing.
She made elbow macaroni
Oh,
and meat.
God.
That's all it had in it, yo. It was Hamburger Helper without the hamburger because she wanted to go back upstairs and chill. Tim says, I had an ex-girlfriend that also liked fruit roll-ups.
I'm not going to ask questions.
I think that's a reference to something
I'm
else
not
that
gonna
she was
ask
going to suck
questions.
on. AU Law 20 says SpaghettiOs.
Oh, our daughter grew up eating SpaghettiOs.
I
So
love
I'll tell you
SpaghettiOs.
that. SpaghettiOs with meatballs. When I would come home from work and Jay was at Auburn and I would be like, okay, we're having green beans and SpaghettiOs.
Cinema says AA was a mouth breather, Courtney. Wow.
Huh?
Now that's a reference to something I don't know.
Huh?
Runner 24 says Bugles. Definitely
I like
an 80s
these.
snack, best 80s snack, Little Debbie's oatmeal pie.
I didn't like the oatmeal
I've eaten a
pie
lot
very
of
much.
Bugles
It's
in my
okay. I was definitely a what's that? I want to call them ho-hos, but that's not what they're called. What's the Little Debbie version of a ho-ho?
I don't know.
Ho-ho is anyway.
I don't eat shit
That's
food.
what I like.
I don't eat shit food like that.
What are they called? Oh
I'm just
my
kidding.
God.
I'm just kidding. I do. I totally.
Um,
Bugles are a little salty though, Courtney. You said before
Mm-hmm.
some stuff that you think is really salty you don't like as much.
Shepherds.
Probably says the fucking shepherds invented it way back.
Way back.
It wasn't
Way
named
back.
after Sam Shepard, you guys. Let's see. Melee says the Irish don't even have corn liquor. Why would you consider peas and mash? These are fair questions.
Hamburger
20 says
helper.
hamburger helper.
That's probably something Jay ate.
Yo, why? Because my mom was not feeling well. Colleen!
Hey, Colleen! That's
Colleen
good
and
to
Joshua,
see
two of the
you.
absolute legends we met.
Yay!
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to rendezvous with them in Mexico this year, but they're going to be going on their own trip at a time that works best for Colleen.
Well,
So
good for them.
hopefully we're going to get that back together with Colleen. Let's see. She says, I use Capri Sun as an ice pack in my lunches. It's melted, but still cold by the time I eat.
She's saying she currently uses
I
it.
know.
I
That's
know.
Brilliant.
That's pretty smart.
That is brilliant.
Maybe you can trade it because it's melted. Maybe you can trade it with the
It
kids.
sounds like someone who is in the school system.
Raven says I went and saw a corny magician. Magic Mike.
Magic Mike, a corny magician.
Yes, I know. I'll tell you what, that magician jumped up right on the table that I was sitting at.
And was he excited?
He was a lot.
Were you allowed to video it?
I did video it.
Yeah, the
I
video
showed
you
that
sent
to
me
you.
wasn't that great.
Oh, his booty was. Anyway.
Oh, I'm so upset.
I
This
will
is
say, no,
outrage.
I will say that show, it's not graphic. Like, it's not.
Should have been.
You only saw a couple booties, like real booties. I
We
didn't
were
see
talking
any
about
jump.
going, if we go to Vegas together, we're going to go to a couple strip club 100%.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you get.
Anyway,
Don says, what I recall about. Why are you kicking me?
quiet.
What I recall about 80s food, there was an entire aisle of generic groceries in white packaging, a white aisle. Box said crackers or chips, nothing else. You didn't want to be in that aisle.
What grocery store were you
Yeah,
going to?
Is this like the Severance grocery store or what? Don, I know
Where
you were
were
probably
you
in Holland.
shopping?
He must have been across the German border.
I guess so. Like, jeez. Those Luxembourgians wouldn't allow him to have it.
Bergians. Revenge says, wasn't Tootsie Pops huge in the 80s or was it Blow Pops?
I
Courtney?
love a Tootsie Pop now because I love licking to get to the center. But I was devastated because I did get some Tootsie Pops recently.
Uh-huh.
Remember?
Yeah, I do
and
remember.
I was trying to be so patient to see if I could lick all the way to the center. And there was no center. It was false advertising.
got
It was
cock blocked.
just a lollipop. I was devastated. I think I need to write them and tell them I have some PTSD from
It
that.
reminds me like when I tell you I'm going to give you 30 good minutes and it's like,
2.
I was going to say 6, but who's counting? Let's see. Real Deal says, sure it was a magician. He sure made that sausage disappear, homie. I don't know. Otag says, Colleen's over here living in 2080.
I love it.
She's so far ahead of the rest of us on that. What a brilliant idea. Of course
It
it's
is
gonna,
nice.
It's going to be like ice fucking cold.
Yes. I mean, it's brilliant.
It's not a
Very
problem I
smart.
had because, again, I bartered that shit every single time. Melee says, fermented Capri Suns traded at higher value.
I like that. That
Well
is
done,
true.
sir. Well done, sir.
That's nice.
And also, Don says, whatever it is, I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me.
Oh,
We can turn that into a song. Like
I think it
Courtney's
is, isn't
Corner's
it?
second verse.
isn't it?
Whatever it is, I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me.
Revenge says he thinks of Pizza Hut salad bars. I think of Pizza Hut buffets. Oh my gosh, that was the shit back in the day. They don't do that anymore, but when you had the old school Pizza Hut and you could go to that buffet, oh my
It was all fun and games. If you're at a Pizza Hut buffet,
amazing.
it's all fun and games till the construction crew shows up.
Oh, that's true.
And you're fucked.
Yeah.
They're
You
gonna
better
put
hope that there's extra help in the back.
Yeah. 7 pieces per plate, 8 guys, you're done.
And it's such an amazing cultural phenomenon to watch people at a buffet, right? Because you're always going to be able to get more food. But we have to take one plate and put like 8 pieces of pizza on it. I've never understood that. I've never understood that. You
Look
can
at
put
that.
like 3 pieces and you can still go back. Don't you worry, it'll be there.
Cotton candy, sweet as gold. Let me see that Tootsie
Roll.
Roll. Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
Okay, sit down.
Getting a little handsy. Reminds me of the chapter room parties, yo.
Yes.
Let's see. Law20 says Don went shopping at the Apple Foods before they went under, which is where they went. It was how it used to go.
I got to know where Don was shopping because that sounds really sad. That sounds sad.
Otag said with the red plastic cups as well. That would definitely be added. Don Properdickin, he jumped in to say the generic aisle was at Albertsons, IGA, Food World, TG&Y, all extinct.
Oh,
Albertsons is gone now? Because we've been to an Albertsons, me and you together, in Florida.
I don't know.
TG&Y sounds vaguely
IGA.
familiar.
We had an IGA.
A&P is gone too.
A&P.
That was what my grandma used to go shopping.
Yeah. I did see that Aldi's going to build like 200 more stores or something. I'm like, dang, gone.
Don continuing to say, he says, I threw Reese's Pieces at the garage to see if a fucking alien walks out.
Don, stop drinking wasn't it Elijah Craig he was drinking?
Yeah.
You've had enough.
Yeah, I think you've had enough, Don.
Enough Elijah Craig tonight.
It's an interesting
Throwing
thing.
him at the garage.
I'm in a
You're
Facebook.
supposed to throw him at the, it's not the garage, it's the closet. He was in the closet with the wig on.
Yeah, that's definitely the straightest thing you said all day. He was in the closet wearing a women's clothes and a...
E.T. was. That's a fact from the movie.
Yeah. I'm in a Facebook group. I don't even know why. It's about people that are taking pictures current day at famous movie locations.
Okay.
So they go places where movies were filmed. the most common one by far is E.T., which surprises me.
Where?
They're always in that neighborhood, like where the kids are riding their bikes around and shit, and like where Elliot lived, E.T. lived, whatever. Like
It's got to be a Facebook group of over 50.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely
Okay.
people like our age or not older, but that's not one that I expected. Like E.T. was a big movie, obviously, but I don't know. I just wasn't into E.T. like everybody else. Plus, my dad's initials were E.T.
Hirsch.
So we've been calling him E.T. all this time, and then it was kind of weird when all of a sudden it was a thing. Cuz says Godfather's Pizza, Courtney. Oh, you got her on that one.
The original Godfather's
that's
Pizza.
probably her
like
favorite.
you can still get Godfather's Pizza today, but it's still not quite as good as it was because now it's just in a gas station. But it's still good enough. But that Godfather's Pizza back in the day,
Yeah, it was good.
so good. But you'd also have to have some quarters so you could play Galaga.
I was gonna say Defender, but
Galaga.
Galaga's fine too. That's good for girls. Look at this. Chip says Godfather's Pizza is right by the Tesla supercharger near my house. At Cuz.
Guess where we're stopping next time?
Hey.
I do remember there's Maddie saying that it's a sit-down Godfather's, right? Like, am I correct, Chip? It's like an actual restaurant, like you can sit down in.
So D Lucky said that they had. Don was talking about the generic aisle, and D Lucky said they had them at Del Champs too. To which Don Broberdick says D Lucky remembers the white generic aisle. See, those guys are like, they're living the same life.
They're living the same life, definitely.
See, I don't know how old Don is. I know how old D Lucky is, and we're pretty close in age. So I'm gonna be honest, dude. This is gonna be like
there are 3 standalone Godfathers in Mobile County.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, next time we're coming down there, we are hitting the Godfathers.
It's like
Madison.
Wait.
That's your job.
We hit a Godfather's in a gas station. That don't count, right?
No.
Chip, you're talking about a legit.
Sit down in a restaurant. I knew they had one there, so we're gonna definitely hit that.
Damn, that's amazing. Let's see. Real Deal says original Doritos. Squeeze it. Hold on. Original Doritos.
Original
are definitely
Doritos. Are you
not
talking
80s.
about like the taco flavor? Because that's original.
That shit
Doritos.
started in the 70s. But the ranch definitely debuted in 85 or 86.
Squeeze it, man. That thing's nasty.
Bugles are amazing. Smarties are good, although
What's a double law?
that's like a
I don't
second
know what that is.
tier Halloween candy for me.
Oh, okay.
And then double lawless, I don't know what the fuck. Or double lollies. He's talking about maybe like a lollipop, those big
I
ass
don't know what he's
lollipops.
talking about.
I mean, you don't know what he's talking
I have
about.
no clue what he's talking about.
Let's see. Tim says Little Caesars when they delivered was Chef's Kiss. I don't know if we've ever had the moment where we liked Little Caesars. And we've been poor as fuck at times.
Yes.
And we still didn't eat Little Caesars.
Yes.
No shade thrown on you, Tim. But I don't know. If you get the Little Caesars, it's...
Little Caesars would not be my first choice.
Real Deal says
Or
ranch.
fifth choice.
He's talking about the
or
ranch
10th
ones.
choice.
When ranch first came out in 85 or 86, but I mean, everybody
Yeah.
was going gaga over that shit. I remember that.
Yes. Cool.
Absolutely edge.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Man.
best 80s foods. That ended up being a great one, Courtney. Great job.
So, yeah. There's a lot of people that still eat Hot Pockets. I have teachers at my center that'll warm up a Hot Pocket, and I'm just like, well, no thank you. No thank you. And by the way, is there a worse smell? Anybody that works with a group of people, is there a worse smell than when somebody goes in the break room and heats up popcorn and burns it? That is an awful smell. Not only is it an awful smell, but it is a lingering awful smell.
Don Properdigan says Godfather's is a decent pizza. Deep fry the bottom. Wait, hold on. He thinks that the trick to Godfather's is taking a decent pizza, deep frying the bottom of it, then packaging it in horrible customer service.
Well, I guess you have not had the same Godfather's experience that I have had. In Holland, it might be a little bit different.
Interesting. Chip says, the one by the Tesla charger, you can probably get a pizza and watch a hooker give a beat.
I mean, hey, it's dinner and a show.
Is this down by Tillman's Corner? Is that where you're at, bro?
It's dinner and
the
a
one?
show, Jay.
You probably get a pizza and watch a hooker give a beach behind the Winn-Dixie as you eat.
That's pretty funny.
Oh my God.
delicious.
Okay, that was good.
That was delicious.
Let's see. Small Thing Republic says seafood in the microwave can be unpleasant.
Oh my God, that
you
never.
You don't want
should
that.
never do that.
Cooking dish in a microwave is infinitely worse. I could see that being really, really bad. And Colleen, speaking from experience, is not nearly as bad of a smell as 5th graders after gym class. Because my guess is that they're not...
Because those are the ones that don't know about deodorant yet.
Well, I was thinking that, but also the clothes. So I know me in 5th grade, we had to wear like our little uniform shit at Holland Hall. And had to wear the white shirt and the maroon shorts. Not like I was washing them every day. So I'd get all sweaty and put them in my gym bag.
You were washing
Then I'd pull them out the
day.
next day and they'd stink like ass, but I'd be like, gotta wear them.
Yeah.
And then guess what? I'd do it again the next day until my mom
Delicious.
goes, my mom was sick. She wasn't doing laundry that week. And anyway, we got to talk about that sometime. Melee says, sounds like improper dicking. Let's see. Chip Chip says, yes, that is where he lives. And Tillman's Corner is skeevy AF. He's basically shitting on where he lives. How about that? Don Proper Dickens says, I got confused between Godfather's and Pizza Hut. LOL,
Okay.
my bad.
Thank you.
That's the same.
I mean, same. Hey, kitty.
One of my great memories of Pizza Hut, me and Courtney going to Pizza Hut in the mid-90s when they had that stuffed crust pizza that first came out. I thought that was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen.
And I thought it was the most disgusting thing
You
I've ever
said,
seen.
it's string cheese, Jay. I
It's
go, I don't give a fuck what it is. It tastes good. You go, it is not good. And guess where we didn't go anymore?
Guess where? You can get anything but the stuffed crust pizza.
Hi, pussy. I think the people want to see you. Hey, fatty, come here. You want to get up here?
No,
Dick.
he's busy fighting something else.
Smell like wet dog. Can I pet that dog? Let's see what Don has to say here. Godfather's, what?
Goober. For bread.
Who?
Huh?
I don't.
I know. I told lay off the Elijah Craig.
Is he speaking Dutch and it just got messed up? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think the translation.
Canoeman says Tillman Corner is Mobile's version of Mountain Brook.
So close. So close.
Almost. I think that's where the Benetton store was. It's in Mountain Brook. Let's see. Melee says Pizza Hut in Egypt was a godsend. Probably was camel meat, but was so good. Oh my God.
That's awful.
Is that like when we call Dollar Dog around here? They call it Dollar Camel? Or,
That's awful.
or 1 lira camel? I don't know, whatever. Tim says I was enjoying Book-It personal pans from Pizza Hut in the 80s.
I love a personal pan pizza. I still like a personal pan pizza.
Did you do Book-It?
No, I didn't. I don't want to read. Hell
Yeah,
no.
same. I
Just
wouldn't
let me
either.
pay $5.
Reading is for girls. Easterwood, who's a big guy in the bunker, he was a big Book-It guy. Obviously, he's a big engineering nerd now, but he wishes they would bring Book-It back because he would. Do you want out?
The kitty cat wants out. Hold on. Jay's got to let him out.
Do you want?
Meow.
Come here. Do you want to leave?
You want to come say hi to everybody?
There's our pussy.
Like, say hi, kitty.
Say hi, Kelly. I love it. Look,
Look
how
how
happy I
he
am.
is.
Look how happy I am, guys. Oh my God.
I'm so happy. I love this. This is amazing.
Hey, do you want to leave for real?
You want to go out?
Come on.
Maverick's waiting out there for you.
Go. Do you want to go?
Maverick must be ready.
You got
to
3
go.
seconds. I got a show to do. All right. We'll hear scratching on the door any minute,
Yeah,
I'm
he'll be
sure.
wanting to come back in a minute. Anybody has a cat knows that.
Let's see. Colleen says they still have stuffed crust pizza, and it's
no,
amazing.
no, Colleen. Just say no.
Courtney's saying
Just
thumbs
say
down
no.
on that one.
Just say no.
I haven't had it since '95, but I would still eat it. Courtney's like, I don't like it. Let's see. Has nobody eaten camel around here? Is that a reference?
I have not eaten camel. I prefer not to eat camel. That's going to be a no vote for me.
For some,
A camel burger is not on my agenda.
how's it different than a fur burger?
I don't want to eat that either. I'll leave that to others.
You're subbing that out. I got you.
Yeah, I'm summing it out.
That reminds me of the Meryl Streep sketch on SNL where she said, "A good mama can be a bad girl."
Bad girl.
What's your name, mustache?
Oh my gosh. When I saw it was Meryl Streep, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Ravin says camel hump is a delicacy.
Stop.
Let's see.
Stop.
Real Deal says Courtney looking good on the big screen. Look at
Hey,
you, Courtney.
cheers to you, buddy.
Oh, the good news is that Real Deal's wife, she can put a good spell on you
Yeah.
if she wanted to. That would be amazing. Kanuman says it was always embarrassing when I would have to order 3 personal pan pizzas. Was it because that was all? That's how much it took to fill you up, kind of? Because honestly, I would eat 1.5. Me and my friend Chris Lilac, who just celebrated a birthday recently. Happy birthday, Chris! We would get 3. And he was a little Samoan dude, so like, well, yeah. I just thought about that. Samoan guys are usually big, aren't they? But he was a little guy,
Really?
so I would kind of move in.
Nudge him over.
But we would get 3.
Be like, let me take over, buddy.
Chip says, I watched a dude cook a whole camel on YouTube the other day.
What are you talking
Ah,
about?
man, we all go
you
down-
are making this shit up.
This would be a great Courtney's Corner. Rabbit holes I've gone down in the last 6 months on YouTube. I could go.
or
all kinds
no,
of weird
Reddit.
shit. Or Reddit.
Yeah. Well,
I've
some
gone
of those
down a
we
bunch
can't
of them.
publish.
No,
Some of those we cannot discuss.
if you remember, the state of Alabama took away our ability to even look at like a Pornhub anymore. Wilderness Cooking Channel. He's in Azerbaijan or something. How about that?
Chip, I think you're just making stuff up.
Tim, no, he didn't. He's not. Tim says, I didn't have a choice but to read. I couldn't have a job. I was 4 in 1989. L-O.
Oh, Jesus.
L. He's laughing at you, Courtney.
4.
Frank G's with us tonight. What's up, Frank? Glad to have you with us
Hey,
tonight.
Frank.
You know, I always thought that your picture was Roy Williams from Kansas because I could only see like the smallest version of it on the show that we usually are on. But this one I could see it better, and I realized it's not Roy Williams. Remember when we thought Brian Landry was on the loose in Tillman's Corner, and then a homeless man was found deceased in a dumpster? Do you remember
Who is
Brian?
that?
That's
Is that the
who
guy
killed
that killed the girl? Huh?
Pepito?
Huh?
Her name was like Pepito?
Patillo. Patillo?
No, I think it's Pepito.
Patillo.
I don't
Gabby,
remember that.
Gabby.
I don't
Gabby
remember.
Patillo.
I
Right?
remember he
Patillo?
may be on the run, but I didn't think it was there.
Yeah, and his parents should be held accountable for
Do you
some
like
of
he
that.
says reading an AB honor roll? I think it's
Honor toll. Maybe that's because he was in trouble.
Event says, look at those. Tony.
Raven, you're not gonna be allowed to comment anymore.
Raven, Courtney's gonna ban you.
Ban you on the
Don Properdigan said we had the ice cream truck in the 80s chase that bastard around the block for a nutty buddy. That is so true. I want my chili cheese Fritos.
You know what's so funny is that we have an ice cream.
Gabby Petito.
We
Petito.
have
Thank you.
a ice cream truck that comes through
Thank
our
you, Becky.
neighborhood, and I swear they don't slow down. Like I'll hear it and I'm like, shit, I'd love to get a fucking ice cream sandwich for $9 an hour, whatever it costs. And that shit just keeps rolling. Like they don't even stop. I don't know what he's doing. He's going to pick up hookers or something in the back of the neighborhood, but he doesn't slow down. I don't know what that's about.
He's playing with Dixie too, which I'm not sure is.
But I hear it and I'm like, it's Ice
Everything
Cream Man!
Thinking we have better songs we could be playing for the Ice Cream Man these days. Runner 24 is incredulous. He says an entire camel? That had to be a lot of work to break down and then cook. I mean, this is true.
I'm
Camels
sure
are
there's
huge.
camel tenderloin though, right? Like the best part of the camel.
That's usually the cock.
No, that's usually tough. Nobody wants to eat that. Nobody. Nobody wants to eat that.
Wow. Chip says Godfather's had a stuffed crust option up until about a year ago.
Yeah, and then they learned that that's just not a good option. Because when you have a stuffed crust in a gas station.
Raven says, what did you set your VPN to catch that? Talking about the camel cooking videos. Runner 24 says a camel burger is exactly what I have had. It's fine, a tad bland. Camel burger?
Just put some seasoning on it. Just put a little, what's that stuff called?
I'm going to start calling it a camel burger now.
No, you're not calling it a camel burger.
He says, dead serious, one cannot discuss 80s food without a nod to the 80s cereal explosion.
Oh, okay, wait. I'm going to write that down because we're going to do
Top cereals?
cereals. We'll do
Yeah, there were a
cereals.
lot. That's true, Don. Things really caught on there in the 80s, didn't they?
Yes. Now the cereal aisle is ridiculous. Don't go to the cereal aisle in Walmart.
No,
It's so
like
gross. It's like
it's the candy
Sour
aisle.
Patch cornflakes and stuff. And I'm like, what? They have Sour Patch Kids in the cereal?
My mom was sick a lot, so she didn't have a chance to go shopping a lot. And pretty much all I got were Honey Nut Cheerios and Golden Grams. But those are good, though. And they're both, I think, 80s. Obviously, Cheerios aren't. But I think the Honey Nut were.
Well,
And the
my
Golden
parents
Grams
were a little
for
bit
sure.
older when they had me. And so when I was a kid, my dad was close to being diabetic before he became diabetic. And so we had cornflakes and cornflakes.
Cornflakes are amazing, though, actually.
But every once in a while, we could have some Fruit Loops, and that was like a big freaking deal.
Frank Shee says, what did Courtney do in Vegas?
We have lots of Vegas questions, don't we?
Well, I think people would like to know if you were getting
It was
down
a
with
girls'
a girl.
trip. It was there was just 3 of us, but we had a good time. It was a really good time. We stayed at Mandalay Bay, and anybody that has been to Vegas, you know that like when you look down and you're like, hey, I'm going to walk down here. It's literally like you don't just walk down there. It takes fucking forever to walk anywhere there. But it was a lot of fun. We walked from Mandalay Bay to the Sphere. It took us half a day, but we literally did that. It was a lot of fun. We saw a couple shows. We shopped. We drank. We I did gamble a little bit, but I only did slots. But I won good money.
Hey.
I put $20 in and came out with $251.30.
$250.
Yes, I am not a gambler typically. That way, I like to bet on the ponies. But we were there on the national championship game, and we were in Caesar's Palace, and that was crazy.
Yeah, but
People were
a bunch of drunk bros.
buck wild. Yeah, had to go from there.
Real Deal says, anyone remember the cigarette candy? Never liked those things. Yeah, I remember seeing it.
I just had some.
I
My
didn't.
last center director meeting that we had, my boss bought a box of vintage candies and had them out there, and one of them was a box of cigarettes. You know, the cigarette candies with the little red tip.
Chip getting a little defensive. This has just popped into my suggested videos. I watch a lot of random cooking stuff.
Yeah, I would say cooking a
I can
camel
send you
is
an
pretty
effing
random.
link.
I don't believe Chip.
Look at this. Real Deal notes that the wife is due less than a month.
Oh,
She's going to
less
have
than a
another
month.
baby. They are busy. Number 3,
yeah,
he says.
you're gonna have a house full.
I'm glad to have known you and her before you had any kids. Real Deal.
Yes.
How about that? Don Proper Dickin, Smurfberry Crunch is what D-Lucky's saying, the explosion of cereals in the 80s.
Yes. So y'all don't blow your wad here about cereals because we're going to have a discussion about that. But yeah, Smurfberry.
Again, I was 315 pounds, and I used to eat 2 bowls of the
Peanut butter crunch.
peanut butter crunch, Captain
Yes.
Crunch peanut butter crunch, and I'm wondering,
Yes.
I don't understand, guys. Why am I so fat?
No, it was that, and then at lunch you would go to McDonald's.
It was only 1,600 calories.
Yeah.
Don Proper Dickin says, rotisserie camel lemon pepper. Grab one on the go.
Do you think they have that at Costco next to the chickens?
Rotisserie camel.
Some of those chickens at Costco are about the size of a camel. They're huge for $5.
That's a great deal, Courtney.
It is a great
Raven
deal.
says, Chip, do you just search, quote, will it cook?
I need to know what that is.
Kanuman says, I think I'm most impressed with the Commodore laying a brick wall. This is the first time I've been accused of laying a brick wall that was in Maddie's room, not my room. Since Saturday, that is an impressive
It is amazing.
masonry.
Yes, it is. You should have seen him getting that grout in there.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
The caulk.
Wait a minute.
Caulk in there.
Wait a
Wait,
minute.
Don't move the wall.
Oh, I've already
Don't
gotten
move the
behind
wall.
it. I've already gotten behind it.
Don't move the wall. Don't give up our secret. Nobody's ever used that before.
Yeah, Kanuman totally didn't see that coming at all.
Hey, Kanuman, did I not say on Saturday we're having a bourbon blend on Thursday? And I don't remember who it was, but they said there'll be a bourbon blend on Thursday.
It probably was Kanuman.
Somebody said that.
I don't know,
You're like,
Courtney.
I can't do it. We're not going to do this. We can't do it. I said, we'll have one on Thursday.
Tim says, real deal, I loved candy cigarettes. My uncle got the real ones, and he bought me some of the candy ones, and we would smoke together. I somehow didn't end up a smoker against all odds.
That is awesome. Like, that is great childhood memories. Like, you built a amazing relationship with that uncle.
Oh, my God. Andrew, this is from a little while ago. He says, just another night of Jay playing with his puss. They're the best chat anywhere, I'm telling you, man. It's amazing. Holy shit, I'm going to cry. Just play with my
Chip
puss.
is still very defensive about this camel story.
You'll want to live in Azerbaijan when you see this dude's place. He's got to be a straight gangster to live over there like that. Let's see what else. Canoeman says the chat is hilarious tonight, and there's only dozens of us.
Hey, at least there's dozens.
17,000 by my calculations. Tim says Fruity Pebbles pissed me off with how quickly they got soggy. That is true.
That is equivalent to the Cocoa Krispies.
Cocoa Krispies, same
Yes.
problem.
But you would get chocolate milk at the end.
Yes.
I mean, it was a good finishing sauce.
Yeah, the Choco milk was good. The fruity milk, I wasn't into that.
You weren't into fruity
Plus, my mom
milk
was
finish?
sick and forgot to get the Fruity Pebbles. By the way, my mom wasn't drunk. She was just
Suffering from mental illness.
suffering
That's
from
okay.
mental illness.
And we're
And
joking about it.
My dad was.
We're going to go to hell for this.
What's the
Look,
word?
You said the cat was going to scratch on the door.
I'll let him back in. What's
Wait,
the
wait.
word you use when my dad just like covers for my mom all the time? Enables her?
Yeah, he was definitely an enabler. Hey, Hirsch, how you doing, buddy? Did you find anything exciting downstairs?
Hey, the pug's not even up here that I can find. So.
No. Oh, Canoeman, you've been to the Sphere?
Oh, yeah, of course Canoeman's been to the Sphere.
I mean, silly me to question that. We went to a show there, but it was the Sphere Experience. And I mean, it is really, really cool. But I don't know that I'd want to see a concert there because that incline that you're sitting in,
It's aggressive.
when I stood up, I kind of had to turn sideways because I was afraid I was going to topple over. Now, I am elderly. Youngins would probably be just fine with it. But if I went to a concert there, I'd have to be on the floor.
Let's see. Don says, I just know if you got caught with generic cornflakes, the neighborhood kids would give you hell. That's probably true.
But he was the one in the white aisle. The generic aisle.
Melee says Vegas was where my wife stopped drinking bourbon.
Oh, okay.
We need to hear more on that, Melee.
Yes, we need details.
Did she take her top off? Because I got separated from Courtney for 10 minutes in fucking New Orleans when Auburn was playing down there. And when I got rendezvoused with you, you had about 200
I
beads.
just met some friends.
You fucking took your top off.
I met some friends.
How come I didn't get to see it? That's bullshit. Chips are still going. It was the scientists making cigarettes more addictive switching to food when RJ and Philip Morris started buying up food companies, according to conspiracy theorists.
Okay.
This is what I love about our chat. It's just all over the place. Tim says, Canoeman the movie? Top 5 of all time. Canoeman was talking about the Sphere. Have we seen that one?
I have not seen that movie.
D. Lucky, what the fuck? Mandalay Bay to the Sphere is a freaking haul. Did you at least bar hop in the way?
We did some shopping, and we did stop and eat at Jason Aldean's and had the little show going on there.
Was anybody naked?
Nobody was naked. No, somebody was playing, and they were really good. It was live music.
Andrew said Twisted Root used to have camel on their menu, if I remember correctly.
The only way I knew when we did that walk and we got in the Uber afterwards and we told him where we were going, and he said, "Did you Uber over here?" And I said, "No, we walked all this way." And he looked sideways at me like,
God dang.
"You all walked up here?"
Canoeman says you'd called today. I went ahead and put it on my calendar after that on Saturday. I was talking about
I mean,
when you said we're going to have a bourbon blend. I was like,
Jay knows me pretty well and knows that hey, let's go ahead and make this happen.
Well, it just required a lot of movement, to get shit moved
Yeah,
around.
but it worked out well.
Let's see. Frank asked a
Hershey.
real question. Do you have a favorite bourbon bottle design?
Oh.
So you
Wait,
like the... I don't,
right
do
here.
we have it?
The peppers right there. I like that one a lot. So for a reasonably priced beverage, I love this bottle. This is James E. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's a good pour. It's light. I think it's only, I can't read it right now without my glasses on, but I think it's maybe 9.
I didn't realize it was from Lexington, Cordy.
Yeah, it was
it's
from Lexington.
107-ish.
Oh, okay. That's higher than I thought it was.
It's a nice
but I
bottle.
like this bottle. I do. Sometimes we buy bourbon because I'm like, ooh, I like that bottle and I want it on my bar. So I like this one. The other one that I really like is the I.W. Harper.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that one a lot. It looks like a little decanter. So sometimes I do buy bourbon just because of the pretty bottle. And this was an example of that.
A. Lost says, who else put 2 cups of sugar on Rice Krispies? Right here.
I mean,
100%.
yeah.
How do you think I got to 315, my man?
We need another camera just to show our cat.
Yeah.
This
Hey.
asshole has his head inside of a
doing that.
garbage bag right now.
Kadima says, I wish we could create a poll in here because I'd create a poll asking who believes Chip Chip's camel story or not. Chip Chip, you're getting called out, bro.
I believe Chip Chip's camel story because nobody could really make that up.
Yeah, that's too
but
far
I just
out.
want to know why he watched it.
It's too far out there. He likes to cook shit. He's an
I know,
accomplished...
but I mean, are you getting some camel down in Mobile?
Colleen says Joshua went to the Sphere without her. That is
Oh, okay.
devastating, man. Jeez Louise.
Tag on.
He probably had a good reason.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't just do that on... the stuff he
Right.
says in the group chat is unbelievable. Chip Chip says, I've always thought it a cop-out when Captain Crunch put the oops all berries. Is that like oops, I crap my pants?
Yeah.
Real men eat the shitty yellow nuggets first to get
Yes,
it down.
that is
to
true.
pure
That is
crunch
true.
berries.
You have to take the bad shit to get to the goodies, right?
Oh, that's kind of how life works, isn't it?
Yep. This outside noise you hear is the cat.
Commitment
so.
says, I did the same Sphere experience last March. It was unreal, Courtney. He's everywhere.
I did like it. It was really cool in it, and I liked that it wasn't just visual. That you had smells and your seat vibrated and stuff. So it was very cool.
You ever had your seat vibrate?
I don't know that I want to pay that much money for it again because it was like $70 or something, and I was like, that seems a lot for an hour movie, so to speak. But the inside, it's an amazing, like just the experience inside is really nice, and my $9 Diet Coke was great too.
I like being inside too. It's a good experience. Melee says that his wife overindulged when she had too much bourbon in Vegas. It was an explosive situation and she lost her
Oh, yeah. When you have a really bad
But-
drinking experience, it's hard to go back.
taste. Real Deal says, could you imagine a brain drain on the sphere? Like literally standing on top of it would be really something there.
No, it could be on the outside of it.
Oh. Now you have a full week to fully mason up a real brick wall for next week's show. What do you mean?
Of course it's real. I mean,
It's not
what's your
AI.
question?
It's not AI Runner 24.
Yeah.
Don Property says, if I'll go to the Sphere if it's to see Kenny G. I would definitely look, man. You could sit here and judge over Kenny G, but
No, I'm not going to see
Oh.
Kenny G. I liked Kenny G back in the day.
I was gonna say there's been.
I like Kenny G back in the day, like I liked Enya back in the day, but now it's like,
Hey, if you want to judge me about playing Enya, all I'm saying is
I still like Enya. I do.
I got it in.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, we'd have a daughter. So. Otag says, looks like y'all are ready for a refill of that pepper.
Yeah, we will be.
Lemon pepper.
That is true.
Yeah, I think Henry drank it all. Let's see what else we got. Runner 24 says, just like the bunker, never apologize and always double down, which 8820 has been doing like unbelievable. Frank G says, puss cam, make it happen.
Hey, Puss. Come here, Puss.
Pussy. Come here, pussy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, pussy?
Our kitty cat likes to talk a lot.
Don says, all of your lets are twerking and dry humping. I don't get it. All of your pets are twerking and dry humping.
Yes.
Well, actually, my dog's just dragging his dick on the carpet. And then
So our
my
carpet
cat-
is textured up here, and he has allergies, and so he'll rub his belly across the floor. But Jay's always like, "Why are you rubbing your dick on the carpet?"
Oh, Chip Chip. People
Oh
are
my
questioning
God!
Chip
No,
Chip
no,
about
no, no,
this.
no. Is that real? No.
Hold on, I don't know if I can put it in the chat. I think I can though. Let me see if it puts it in the chat. That's the link to the video right there, guys. So those of you who think, why are you clawing at me, bro? Those of you who think it's fake, it's right there. Otag says Pusscam is a different website, I believe.
That is true.
Hey, Pussy.
And you can't get to it in Alabama, so.
Here, let me get the pussy.
Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty.
Courtney, would you like to pet my pussy?
He looks so happy. He's loving every minute of this. Just put him up.
Would you like to pet my pussy?
Put him up here. Look how fat he is. Like, he is huge, y'all. He is a big ass cat. Look at
Pet
him.
the pussy.
That's a nice puss.
What are you doing, puss?
Don't show him your butthole, okay?
Well, he probably will.
Here we go. Hey! Oh, look at that.
Wow. He loves being on the show, you guys.
Look how happy he is.
Real Deal says, check the camel expiration. It starts to smell. If you don't wash it, dude, give it a couple days and it does get a little rank.
cannot
Round
have
24
me
says,
bourbon.
yeah, got it. Looking forward to that. So look at that. Everybody, we didn't know how many
Everybody's excited about this.
camel meat enthusiasts we
I
had
did
here.
not. Oh, hey, don't.
Easy, buddy. Chip says, he also cooked a whole ostrich. Haven't watched that one yet. It's on the playlist.
What? Chip, are you gonna cook some ostrich? I will tell you, if you ever need to take serve safe training, they will. One of the questions is where do you store your ostrich meat in the refrigerator? Yes.
That's true. I remember you telling me that. You go, this
And
is
I'm
so
like,
stupid.
At KinderCare, we're not serving ostrich meat. I really don't need to know. Because it is a different level than your flightless birds and your birds that fly
Flightless
are
birds.
stored at different areas.
Chip says, wait, he whole roasted that on a rotisserie? Talking about an ostrich.
What kind of... No, I think that's the camel.
Oh, camel and ostrich, my bad.
Yeah.
Kaneeman says he probably put 2 tablespoons of sugar on his Rice Krispies. Runner 24 just says, I've had both camel and ostrich. Are you guys shitting me?
Y'all are so full of it. Come on now.
Jason says, way too many innuendos for empty nesters. These folks are going to straight throw it down later tonight. There's probably a good chance of that, honestly.
Cheers to that.
It's a day that ends in Y. You got a 50-50 shot whether Courtney's good with it or not.
Yeah.
Well, although I do. I don't want to make it sound like I'm raping my wife, though.
Shut up.
I mean, I asked. I mean,
Classy.
I
It's 9:50.
went to therapy today, and I told her that.
Is this safe for public consumption?
I was talking to Don Properdick on the phone today, and I told him I'd gone to therapy. He goes, you mean like physical therapy? I go, no. If I'd have meant that,
Went to talk to
I would have said
somebody.
physical therapy. He goes,
Kaneeman, stop!
Kaneeman says, I was watching a YouTube video of someone cooking an entire sperm whale.
I can't.
There was a Saturday Night Live sketch where they had a sperm whale that fucking popped and blew. Remember that? It was like blasted all over them and shit. It
Y'all are
happens.
too much.
Runner 24 says, not shitting you about having the ostrich and camel. Okay. Revenge says, we're supposed to believe that humans made the pyramids, not a stretch to rotisserie a whole camel. You're right. Nature finds a way, right?
Facts. Like, amazing.
Real deal. Once Chip. How did you get the ostrich tender? Notice he didn't say ostrich tender. Tender.
Y'all are hysterical.
Wouldn't it be cool if you were an ostrich male and you were trying to date an ostrich female?
Dating? I don't think they date. They just
Don't they have a long throat?
procreate.
Do they have a long throat?
No, they're not interested in that. They just stick in the hole.
Because me and Don have both had girls that could do a whole breadstick without lighting it. Courtney, I wasn't talking about you.
Anyway, I know you weren't talking about me.
She's straight, by the way. Well, currently.
Depends on the day.
Chip says, sorry I'd set your chat down the shitter over cooking camels.
No, it definitely livened it.
This was Courtney's second option on Courtney's Corner, which is what's the most exotic meat you've ever eaten. Courtney was going to say.
Wait. We're going to go with that. Exotic meats.
Exotic meats. Okay. Were you going to say Rob Cartwright?
No, I was going to say some guy at Magic Mike.
Some guy.
Whatever his name was. He was dressed up as a sailor.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think he was straight, honey.
I went on his bow. Anyway.
Whoa. Melee says ostrich nuggets coming soon. Only $20 a piece. It's all good, though. O-Tag says, tonight I learned you can rotisserie anything if you believe in yourself and you try hard enough. You can be anything you want.
That's that can-do attitude.
Kaneeman says the YouTube autoplayed someone cooking an entire bald eagle over an open flame.
Oh, ouch.
I'm guessing that was a Canadian and not an American.
Exactly.
We love our bald eagles.
Well, did you know that the bald eagle just became our national symbol officially?
I did not know that.
Yes.
Did President Trump get that done?
That happened before Trump. But yes.
It's probably from his first thing. Mm-hmm. This is a true story. I was over by Mac Sporting Goods the other day.
Okay.
And a car in front of me pulled over like aggressively and stopped. And I go, what is this bitch doing, right? Mm-hmm. She got out really fast. And I thought, was she on fire? No. There was an eagle sitting on the side of the road and she was getting out to take a picture of it.
Like a bald eagle?
I mean, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about with
A bald
Eagles.
eagle would have a white head.
Had a white head.
Okay.
And it looked like a very
Was it
regal.
tall?
It was a big
Like, I mean, it had
motherfucker.
to be
Yeah,
big.
and he looked regal as fuck. Like
It
he
had a
looked
white
like,
head. Okay. Well,
He
that
looked
would
like
be.
he was on a quarter or something. He was like.
I mean, that would be it.
I don't blame her for pulling over and looking at it. Although
Yeah.
maybe she could have done it. My Tesla was confused. Real Deal asks a question that's on brand here. Of course, on brand for us would be Camel Rotisserie right now. Need a good bourbon to purchase soon. 50 to a hundo. Something not mainstream. Well, these right here are 70. And they're beautiful bottles. Real Deal.
Something not
I
mainstream.
mean, Pinhook, this black label Pinhook, you're not going to find black label Pinhook anywhere. But, I mean, it's not amazing. This yellow is probably more like $90, but you got to go somewhere special to find that.
Now you're making us think after
Would you
we've had quite a big
consider
bourbon.
Would you consider Wild Turkey Rare Breed to be too mainstream? Because I think that's pretty damn good.
I
That's
think
probably
the
$70.
Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond is a great option, but that's probably mainstream.
Yeah, nothing else here, and that would
You know,
fit that.
something I do have to buy before our next show is Old Granddad,
Like the 114.
the 114. I need a bottle of that.
This Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond.
really good.
A lot of people don't know much about that's behind Courtney's
That's what I
head,
just said.
but you said Heaven Hill?
Isn't that what I said?
No,
What did I say?
I don't remember what it was in Heaven Hill.
I thought I said Heaven Hill. Sorry. That's what I meant because I
You
was
said
looking
Old
at
Granddad
it.
114.
No, I said before that. But that one over my shoulder, I think that's a great one.
Wait, you threw it over your shoulder?
It's right
I do
there.
it sometimes
See?
too,
Look,
except I don't want to
see?
choke myself.
Wait,
Don
wait,
says,
wait,
real deal,
wait,
don't
wait.
let her get that bourbon, bro. Fetal alcohol ain't nothing to joke about. Fetal alcohol.
Alcohol.
We were actually, I better not talk about that. Remember we were talking about fetal alcohol
Anyway,
syndrome
it's not even fun.
and how that made kids retarded? And
But
no.
that's not even fun. We're not doing that.
Let's see, Canoeman, shocking, he was in Alaska last summer. He's everywhere. I saw a bald eagle in Alaska last summer. That's a great place to see it, man. The
Yeah.
last American frontier, unless you count Manitoba,
Oh my gosh, stop.
which we're going to take it. Real Deal says, yeah, Heavenly Hill, I'll try. Yeah, I bet
Yeah.
you could probably find that. I don't know about in Huntsville,
It's a
because
bottle
the
and
ABC
bond.
stores in Huntsville haven't really impressed me very much, but that should cost you about, I don't know, $60.
It's good stuff. This is good. I like this.
Melee actually with a great answer here. It says 50 to 100. Buy 2 handles of Rebel 100. Rebel 100 is pretty good. Also, 101. Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah.
You can
that's
buy a
pretty
handle of
good.
that shit at about $25. But I don't think that has any kind of cachet, though, you know. Chip wants to know, what was up with Auburn's former bald eagle Nova that had a chicken beak? I think he ate a lot of camel toe, if you know what I mean. He had a real
Is he the
thirst
one
for
that flew at not the Super Bowl? Was it the Super Bowl?
No, what was that? though?
One of those flew it was
Like
one
Army
of the
Navy
Auburn.
game? Army-Navy game?
No, I think was it the Super Bowl?
I thought it was an Army-Navy game.
No, it was something else. It was something bigger than that.
Don Properdigan says, when I'm looking at all the bourbons, they always blurt out, sir, we don't have Blanton's. Question, do I look like an asshole?
Yes, they always want to say that because everybody's allegedly always asking for Blanton's. Blanton's ain't that great.
I mean, it's good, but it's not like...
But it is a beautiful bottle to have on your bar. It is
Where
a great
it-
bottle.
Where do we go eat and they always have it as the water, like the carafe for the water?
Oh, that was downtown. We're not going back there. We had a bad experience.
Look at here, the Tea Park is with us tonight. Look at that.
Oh,
At a work dinner on the West Coast. However, I've received a Bourbon Blend live
of
notification.
course. Well, then you should have joined us as you are. So thank you so much.
Coming in from the West Coast.
Yes,
What a
nice.
badass. We love that guy. He's an absolute stud. Let's see. Chip said we also had a bald eagle too at one point. Talking about Auburn's in the. I'm sure they have. Auburn's had so many great eagles through the years. Melee says Wild Turkey 101 seems to have lost some spice in my last few bottles. Is it just me?
I mean, hey,
I can't say I've had it lately.
one thing I will say is as I taste all these different bourbons, the stuff I liked originally, I don't necessarily like as much anymore.
Look at this. Tea Park says add super chats to the channel so we can sponsor
should have
the
super chats.
A-team. Wait, Courtney, we don't know. We might have lost our monetization because we didn't upload for so long. Did they say anything like that?
No, they just said that we were. Oh man, I
They
thought
say
we
we're.
were supposed to
Did they
have
say
super
we were
chats.
in like danger of doing that or whatever?
Yeah, man, what a bummer.
It's not a bummer.
Yeah, it is.
No, we hang out for the peeps.
Yeah.
D Lucky says, what up, T Park? Everybody knows that T Park's a legend.
Yes.
He's one of the greats. Don Propertigan says Nova was a hybrid.
Yes.
He was part man, part eagle. And he had a 9-inch ding dong.
That might be what it was. Our hiatus was too long for us, and so we have to get some more views.
Dear YouTube, I'm sorry my mom died. Love, Jay. You dicks. Look at this, Courtney. Call me Biscuit.
Call Me Biscuit.
This is
Another
the Raptor
legend.
Center in Auburn has a great tour. We love Call Me Biscuit.
I have not been on that tour. I might enjoy going on that.
I would not enjoy that. They're
Why?
terrifying in a way.
How are they terrifying?
When you get up close to a fucking raptor, they have these claws, man. These big fucking claws.
They aren't interested in fucking with you, Jay.
They
because they're
will fuck with you.
They are well fed in that building. They are not interested in fucking with you.
What do you do for a living? Are you a raptor caregiver?
Actually, we did have the local raptor people come to my center and bring her raptors. So
Maybe you're a raptor.
maybe.
Anyway, T Park and D Lucky having some chat there, respecting each other. Look
Oh,
at
there's
this.
Archie.
Archie says, I bought a bottle of Old Granddad 114 at Costco today for $32 plus
That's
tax.
a legend right there.
You can still find some bottles of Jimmy Russell's 70th anniversary Wild Turkey for less than 60. God, if you find that, hit it. Hit it.
Oh, old Granddad 114 at Costco, man. That's classic.
Revenge says, talons, Jay. That's right. Do the chickens have large talons? I was hunting freaking wolverines.
I've never seen your cat play with a toy before.
I was messing with him with that one the other day.
Oh, okay.
He likes it. Not claws. Thank you, Revenge. Sorry about the claws and talons. I just know I've been around those raptors a few times on the field back when I used to do that, and they're scary, dude. They're huge.
No, they're not scary.
They'll blow you away how big they are.
I know they're big, but they're
And
not
he
going to
could
fuck with you.
very easily snatch my eye and run away with it and eat it.
Yeah, he
and
could.
I'm not going to get another one.
But here's the thing. He's well fed. He's not interested in that.
Kanuman says USA and Canada are tied at the end of regulation.
Oh, how's that going to handle, man? We got to handle that.
Kanuman says, I thought I was listening to Swingers there for a moment. Yeah, I know, man. Don't bat it around. You got these big claws, man. These big giant claws. I don't know how to kill the bunny. I don't want you to be the guy in the PG-13 movie. I want you to be the guy in the R movie. I'm not sure where he's coming from, man. Get out there. You're a bad man. You're a bad man. By the way, I talked earlier about going to movie sets or places where movies are filmed. I made Courtney go to some swinger spots.
That doesn't sound right.
Let me rephrase that. Some places where the movie Swingers was
Thank
filmed.
you. Yes, that sounds a little better.
Including where the Brown Derby was, which is one of my 5 favorite film scenes of all time was Double Down and Sue entering the Brown Derby, coming through the back door. Unbelievable, man. All right, there he is. Real Deal says, "Gotta go. Wife has a spell for me." We gotta get a laugh on that one. Come on, bro. That's really funny.
Love it.
Yeah, his wife's amazing, by the way. And thanks for being with us, Real Deal. You're an absolute legend. Thank you for. Well, I'm a Madison guy myself, but you represent Huntsville well.
Well, it's okay. We're about to wrap it up here shortly.
Oh, we are?
Because it's 10 o'clock. That means it's been 2 hours.
Let's see. D Lucky says you've got to have a pass to use the tunnels. Real Deal. Probably talking about some special Madison stuff. Calling Biscuit wants to know where Archie is finding this delicious bourbon. Oh my God, Courtney!
Hey, Blake!
Blake!
Man, we've been so lucky with all these different legends tonight, Jay. Like,
Sorry
how
for
does this
joining
even
late,
happen?
guys, but I just woke up, passed out waiting on 9 o'clock Eastern time to get here and couldn't stay awake.
Well, we are glad that you woke up. I mean, your body's probably not glad that you woke up, but we're glad that you're here, and thank you for joining us.
We love having Blake
Yes.
here, though.
Oh.
Wow, 10 o'clock already, Courtney. It came so quickly. That's what she said. T Park says, Courtney Tate, need to see y'all dressed as an Eagle breeding program leadership team next Halloween.
What?
No, there's a guy who posts on Twitter, and he's like, he's a little too into the Eagle thing. A little
Okay,
bit. He's like the
gotcha.
actual handler.
Oh, he's a little...
Let's see. Chip says, one of my dad's friends lives in the house from Steel Magnolias in Louisiana. Courtney.
Which house?
That's Courtney's like
Which
favorite
house?
movie ever.
Which house?
She's an
Talking about
absolute-
Malin's house? Oh, I love that movie.
Small
It's
Time
so
says
great.
they played NHL 93 in Swingers. They sure
Yes,
did.
they did.
Oh,
The
look
bleeding all over the ice. Yes.
Look at Gretzky, super fan number
Yes,
99 over here.
I love it. The bleeding on that was that was so funny.
Hey, Mikey, I made his head bleed.
He's bleeding.
The funny thing is that Courtney, we started dating in 92.
Yes,
so
you were playing that all the
yeah,
time.
in NHL 93, we were playing it all the time.
His little fraternity used to have a thing called Nintendo-thon, and they would play 24 hours and get, back in the day when you get a quarter for every hour that you played and donate it to, what was your charity?
Toys for Tots.
Toys for Tots, yeah. So they were practicing, getting ready for Nintendo-thon.
And I did not make it. I couldn't go 24 hours.
No,
I just
of course you
fucking
couldn't.
died out, man.
Jay can't stay up like that.
I can't, man.
No.
I got to like 3 in the morning. And I was like, guys,
Jay
I
ain't
can't
made
do
for
it.
Vegas.
Hold on now. I didn't have edibles at the time.
You're going to be asleep with your edibles.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But we'd have to go hit the White Castle.
That's way down in downtown, though.
That doesn't matter. That's what an Uber's for.
The Ubers are kind of tough to go. Sometimes kind of tough to grab a hold of, I should say. Don says Blake is a good reason to do another hour.
Court Tate had a 12-hour workday and then has another 12-hour workday tomorrow, so probably not going to be another hour.
Runner 24 says NHL 93 classic game, as was Sega's hockey game. I played NHL 93 on Sega. I didn't know Sega had their own game. I played Blades of Steel on there too, but anyway. I thought NHL 93 was amazing. Boy, we played that a bunch on the Pie Call, didn't
Yes.
we? Hell yeah,
we sure
we did.
did.
Do you want to...
It's probably about that time.
Is it going to be that time?
About that time.
Colin Biscuit says, any thoughts on Widow Jane? I likey. When Colin Biscuit says he likey, it usually means it's New York. We don't hate it. We don't love it.
I wasn't overwhelmed. So I have to be overwhelmed to enjoy a bourbon that is not from Kentucky. So that's my opinion. Sorry, I like Kentucky bourbons because that's where I'm from. So.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I've lived in Alabama longer than I lived in Kentucky.
You ain't from Tennessee, that's for damn sure.
That's for sure. I ain't
Chip
gonna
Chip
drink
says
that.
Steven
Jack
Seagal
Daniel's
filmed a
stuff.
movie on the USS Alabama. You can visit that. He also came into TCBY where Mrs. C2 worked at the time.
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal of all people, man.
Wow.
By the way, well, that was trippy as hell. What
weird.
happened there?
I don't know.
Kid Rock is around our area quite often. People see Kid Rock around here.
Kid Rock can stay.
What'd you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, moving along.
That guy's a stud, man. Otag says, can't do another hour. The sperm whale's about medium rare right now. Going to let it go for another few minutes.
You should have read that as I started to drink bourbon.
Oh, shit. On Sega, you pick the skinny guy, the mid guy, the fat guy for 4 and 4 hockey. I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one. And Don says they're about to get tore up. Hit the White Castle, hit the gummies in that order.
Yes, but I can't hit the White Castle here.
Yeah, we'd have to hit Crystal if we did that, and we wouldn't want to do that.
Not... And see, here's the thing. We used to have to drive from his mom's house to our home. So we could do a little detour and hit the Taco Bell after these things.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
But now we just have to go downstairs and eat toast.
I told you the night, I said I got toast.
I know. Jay had he had cuz over there drinking bourbon, and he's like, I call him, I said, do you need some food? And he's like, I've got bread here.
Well, I do.
Oh my God.
Chip Chip says
Terrible.
he's got sperm whales right there, Courtney, about to blow. When the sperm whale blows, if that thing gets backed up, you're in trouble. Blake's just laughing right there. Let's see. Colin Biscuit says, got here late. Where's the new location?
It is still in our abode, so it's right next door to the normal brain drain. But
I need to be able to bring the camera with me.
But this is where Maddie's room.
We took over Maddie's bedroom.
She's graduating in May, so she still has a bed in here. She just has to maneuver around all the other things to get to her bed. And she can just sit there and stare at the wall of bourbon when she's in her bed now.
Canoon says, now YouTube is autoplaying a dude cooking an entire giraffe in an air fryer.
I can't do it with y'all.
Oh, my God.
I can't do it.
Chip Chip says, Milo's off Taylor closed at 10, unfortunately for you two. That's actually pretty funny right there. Don Proper Dickens says, I got to back it up to hear Mrs. Tate on Kid Rock. She loves Kid Rock. You didn't like the Bud Light
I don't
thing.
care for Kid Rock.
Blake R says, new breadstick picks? Fuck yeah, we do.
Well, no, there's an old one.
Well, that's an old one, but we got more. Hold on. Where is the new breadstick pick? Is this it right here? There it is. Blake.
That is fresh from February of 2025.
There it is.
February 15th, when we went to the Olive Garden here in beautiful Montgomery, AL.
Yes.
And those breadsticks were delicious. They were warm.
Oh.
And they were salty.
And did they?
And they
satiate you?
They hit the spot. That is a term Jay hates
I
so
hate
much.
that spot.
I'll be like, oh my gosh, that didn't really hit the spot. And Jay's like, shut up, I hate that term.
Beach Sand Bourbon is with us tonight. Says,
Look at
cheers
that.
at the Bourbon Blend. Glad to have you.
Oh, just sub to our channel. Wait. Cheers to that. Okay, so Beach Sand Bourbon. We just hit 100 subs, trying to hit that.
Wait, we just hit 800 subs.
800. Okay, we're going to come on over and visit with you as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do y'all do live shows? Do y'all do, we got to check you out.
Yeah, for real.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for checking us out. We appreciate it. It's a little, it's 2 hours into our bourbon show, so we are a little lit already.
All right, we just subscribed.
Yes, Jay already subscribed. I'll
already.
subscribe later.
Yeah, we'll make sure Maddie subscribes later.
Yes.
Raven says Maddie had every college boy's dream bedroom.
With all the bourbon in it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Only as of 2 days ago, Raven. Well,
Yep.
actually, yesterday.
Yeah, we brought the bourbon up yesterday.
Yeah, well, you brought the bourbon up.
I need to
I'll give
put
you full
another one
credit.
above my. Oh no, I took this one off.
Colleen also said breadsticks.
Yes.
She may not have made it.
Yes. Wait,
Beach
this
Sand
one
Bourbon
took
says
off.
we've only done one live. So we've only done the only way we do ours is live.
So yeah, the only thing we do is live, and the reason why is because that's kind of part of his gig, professionally anyway.
This is funny right here. Ostrich parm? Who's had that? It's a red meat closer to bison. Courtney, we have
We
a great...
are not eating ostrich. We are not eating camel. We're
If
not
Runner
eating
24
camel.
says it's good, I'm going to have it, okay? But we had a family fuss years ago about bison versus buffalo.
Yes.
Courtney says it's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
So when we go to BW3, I always say, let's go to Bison Wild Wings.
It is the same thing. Oh, you're so difficult. Okay,
Dude,
Jay.
bison and buffalo are not the same thing.
Okay. An American bison is a buffalo.
Biscuit says we have way over 1,000 here at Beach Sand Bourbon. Yeah.
1,000
Viewers?
No, 1,000 comments.
Yeah, 1,000 comments.
We would have 1,000 comments. There we go.
Blake wants to know if the Heaven Hill bottle is empty. No.
No,
It's
it's right
actually
here.
fairly full.
Yeah,
But
It's
the parallax of the camera messed that up. I'm sorry about that, bro.
I know. Jay needs to work on that.
Run 24 says ostrich is a mix of venison and bison, but not buffalo.
Oh, that is a picture we need to show next time, is of Maddie and her first kill.
Canoeman says, however, you will dine on sperm whale, right?
No.
Who
No.
here among us has not dined on sperm whale?
Not a whale. All right. So, do you have anything left in your glass?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I pour more
Is
in
it
there, I'll
bottoms
hit
up?
even more.
Is it bottoms up?
Okay.
I think it's about that time, Jay.
About that time. Oh, look, Ravin went ahead and subscribed to Beach Sand.
Look at that.
Raven's
Nice
such a nice
job,
guy,
guys.
yes.
Thank y'all. Y'all go over and visit with them.
Yeah, if you do.
Beach Sand Bourbon. Might as well, right?
We love them. And we
We
also
love
encourage
bourbon,
you to
so-
do live shows, too, because that's fun. That's how me and Courtney learn more about each other, even though we've been married for 73 years.
Not 73, but that's okay.
How long? 30-something?
27.
12? Feels like yesterday.
Yes, exactly.
All right, D-Lucky says he's out. I think we're going to have to go out.
We are out as well.
Don also jumping in to say, sincerely love the drain of the Bourbon Blend, War Damn Eagle, and bottoms up. He means bottoms way up in a
Yes.
Dutch way.
Yes. Well, cheers to you guys. We'll be back next Thursday. We will be back next Thursday.
All right.
We are looking forward to it. Thank y'all for joining after our long hiatus. And we are looking forward to being back with you yet again. Y'all are amazing chatters.
Peace and love.
Peace.